sports, that app, that website, probably one of the best.
Yeah. I'm looking at it right now. I mean, it's great. I mean, who needs TV? I mean, I'm watching it right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You can even craft your own group to watch. You can go back and watch every shot that every player has hit at Augusta National, and that's just what makes it a special place. But the good news is, as the notifications come in, as Phil Mickelson is now teeing off on round number 1, I've got 29 players favorited on my app between, our stuff, the Masters pool, DraftKings, the Yahoo Fantasy year-long golf league I'm in, all the prop bets, the regular bets, all that stuff. The Rob Benny Masters pool that's got usually about $22,000 worth of prizes in it, as it's one of the biggest ones out there, but very, very tough to win. So yeah, it's here. It's time. It's like drinking from the fire hose when this day happens.
Right.
That is for sure. But
would it be called Augusta National today?
I would say that's fair.
Augusta,
because it is breezy. For sure. It does look like they're not going to have any rain, though, which is a little different than we were talking about yesterday. Obviously, we had the weather move through yesterday evening and all that good stuff, and it went through, kind of early. And one of the things is it seems like they did as much as they can to suck. They got sub-air throughout that entire golf course, so sucked all that moisture out of the golf course. It's going to be windy, but doesn't look like there's going to be any rain for these guys from now until the end of Sunday. But breezy these next 2 days, that's for sure. But there's some good guys off to a good start. Want to give a quick shout out to my mom, as Masters Week and her birthday is kind of synonymous, as April 11th is always very close to Masters Week. And happy birthday to my mom, and appreciate all the extra help you've been giving us since all this has kind of transpired. One of my favorite memories at Augusta is the first time she was able to go, with my dad. I had an employee that worked at Mount Vintage, and his family had badges, but they'd never go on Sundays because it was always so busy and they wanted to watch it from their TV. Yeah. So he was kind enough, because knew I was somewhat responsible, to not screw anything up. I get, you get a ticket as being a PGA member, but he always gave me 2 badges, and it would take my parents, and their first time they ever went was on my mom's birthday on Sunday, and that was one of the years Phil Mickelson won.
Oh, so that's cool.
Always I kind of feel bad for her a little bit too, because Masters Week always seems to overshadow her birthday a little bit, but also kind of cool to have your birthday coincide with Masters Week more often than not.
Yeah.
It's always the first full week of April, so depending on the timing and all that, but definitely wanted to give her a shout out as well. Don't forget, too, Best of Bay nominations are going on, so if you do like us, we appreciate it if you would. Nominate all 3 shows here on ESPN Northwest Florida. You got the Coach James Hale Show from 7 to 9 every morning. Me and Jay and David at 11 to 1 here on the Inside Drive, and then the Afternoon Underdogs every afternoon at 4 p.m. Don't forget to go in there and nominate it. We appreciate it, and if we do get nominated, we'll keep you updated on when the voting will begin. I think you can also go to our website to do that as well, but some good stuff there, Jay, for sure.
I've already shedded my first tier of the Masters.
Did you?
I have. I listened
Just one?
Yeah, or a couple.
Okay.
But I had listened to Vern Lundquist's interview yesterday.
I hadn't listened to it yet, but yeah, I did. I got to imagine it's going to be pretty special.
It is very special. Can't wait to. I mean, that's going to be a big deal on Sunday.
It's a huge deal.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to
25 years.
Let's see, 40 years. No, 40. He started in 83. I guess that was the same year that Seve won, and they had that Monday. Well,
Monday
finish.
Yeah, you mentioned it yesterday. Yeah. I don't know. I said 25. Yeah, 40 years.
Yeah. But just his journey on how he got there. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, same with Jim Nance. I mean, he's been doing it for a while. I think Jim Nance has been doing it for 25 years. I don't think he's got any plans to stop anytime soon. He just stopped doing the NCAA basketball tournament because that just had to be a lot. Going right from that tournament to Masters Week in the same thing. Yeah. Tough stuff. But yeah, Vern is just, you think of Augusta National in the commentary, you think of Vern Lundquist.
You do.
It's just one of those things. That's for sure.
It'll be a part of Sunday. That may, if Tiger's in the lead going into Sunday, Vern may trump that on 16.
I would hope so. But if Tiger's in the lead on Sunday, I think the world's going to be completely different.
I agree.
Speaking of Tiger, there's a lot of, on Hard Rock here in Florida where it's legal to bet. They've got several Tiger Woods exclusives, Jay. I was going to ask you what you think if these will hit, and then we'll do a quick leaderboard update, as it's really only been underway for a little over an hour and a half right now. But obviously the Tiger Woods missing finishing or making the cut is as the betting ended before the tournament went off. No was minus 140 and yes was plus 100. So the yes is the underdog as far as the betting is concerned. Yeah. Vegas thinks that he will not make the cut, despite everybody talking about how well he's playing. And I like in his press conference, he says, "Yeah, if everything comes together, I can win." Yeah, no crap, everybody can do that.
Right.
If my game were to come together at Augusta National, I could probably have an opportunity. Not really, but I think you could say that for everybody in the field. But Tiger top 40 finish minus 130. Which is kind of contradictory with the missing and the making of the cut, right?
Yeah, true.
They got the making of the cut as minus 140 as no and plus 100 as yes. So obviously, if you're going to finish in the top 40, you have to make the cut. So that's minus 130. What do you think?
No.
Okay.
That's not going to happen.
Tiger to score 4+ birdies or better in round 1, plus 115.
Hard Rock's trying to rake you over the coals, man.
That's what I'm thinking with this whole thing. I mean, what did I send earlier on the bonus bet they had today?
So if he birdies number 1,
if he birdies the first hole, plus 750.
Yeah,
that's just
like, come on.
That's just taking candy from gamblers right there. I mean, he could. But that first hole is very difficult to birdie. And
they said birdie or better.
Yeah.
Like he's going to eagle that.
Yeah, still, there it is right there. Plus 750, Tiger to score a birdie or better on the first hole of the tournament. And if he does, I'll eat my words. But that's just like, it sounds like a great value, but it's just so hard to birdie the first hole at Augusta National for anybody.
That's like just throw $1 on it, though, and you get
$7.50 back if he does.
Yeah. And if you don't, you're just out $1. So
it's true.
Win-win.
There you go. The guy dangling $1 in the fishing pole. Here we go again.
We got stories for days on that topic.
Stories for days, no doubt about that. All right, getting back to the Tiger exclusive. So 4+ birdies or better in round number 1.
I mean, it's 30-mile-an-hour winds. Like if I would love to hear from somebody that would take that bet.
You know who would take that bet?
Who?
Keith Fleming.
No.
Yes, he would.
Would he?
He's so far up Tiger's butt. He would certainly bet on that.
But he's
one.
a stats guy, though, right?
Yeah, but 4 birdies. He birdied all 4 par 5s. Although they've lengthened them all.
True.
What do you think, David Hayes? You think Tiger can birdie 4 holes in the first round?
I don't think he's making the cut, so I'll say no.
But, I mean, maybe he makes 4 birdies but makes, 8 bogeys.
True.
And then only a couple pars.
Man.
So, if I were...
going on over there.
If I were to bet one of these, that's probably the one I would bet on as we progress down the rest of these Tiger Woods exclusive. The next is a top 30 finish, which is plus 150. You said no on the top 40 finish, so I got to imagine no on the top 30. All right, the next one, Tiger to score 5+ birdies or better in round number 1, plus 300. Wait.
No.
Tiger to score a birdie or better on the first hole. We've already talked about that. They got that one boosted to plus 750. Here's where it gets crazy. Tiger to have a bogey-free round in the tournament, plus 900.
I think he'll do that on the third day when he's not playing.
Right.
Only that would count for the bet.
Yeah.
And then you got a pretty wild one, which this one, it could happen, and it's Tiger to score a hole-in-one in the tournament, plus 10,000. That might be worth putting $5 on.
Yeah. Could be.
Because, and I had talked about this with you guys earlier this morning, but one of the bets you can do on the Masters exclusive with Hard Rocks is, will there be a hole-in-one in the tournament? Yes is minus 220, where no is plus 155. I feel I'm safe to say there's probably no other golf tournament besides the Masters where you're going to see the I don't know what to call it, the favorite bet being a hole-in-one versus the Vegas saying that it's less likely for it not to happen. And that's specifically, I think, about hole number 16.
Yeah.
Is there's just, even not Sunday alone, there's always seems to be a hole-in-one, but there's other hole locations on that green that balls just seem to funnel towards it. So.
And 12, when's the last time we've seen one on 12? It's been a long time, it seems.
It's stained. It's been a while, that's for sure.
But 16, there will be, I could put it in the bank on that one.
Minus 220.
Yeah.
There's no value there, though.
Right.
But that just goes to show you what they think is going to happen.
I don't know. I just feel like this is the...
Bryson DeChambeau has now birdied his first 3 holes of the tournament. He was famous for saying that, Augusta was like a par, what do you say? A par 67 or something like that with his length.
Yeah.
So he's been talking about he should be able to shoot 59 out there. Well, he started off pretty hot. birdie in the first 3 holes. One of the things, too, you got to remember about Augusta National is the first hole is tough, but the second hole is a very reachable par 5, even with the length. Even if you don't reach it in 2, you're giving yourself a pretty good birdie opportunity. So almost number 2 is one of those you have to birdie. But there's been several guys right out the gate that have birdied number 1. But then number 3 is a short par 4 that a lot of guys are hitting irons off the tee to give themselves an opportunity. Very elevated green, very sloped, very difficult, and then of course you come to hole number 4 and everything changes. Gets a lot tougher very quickly.
Yeah.
DeChambeau just went into the bunker on 4.
Oh,
tee shot.
You know what also is on hole number 4? We talked about this yesterday. The lone palmetto tree on the entire golf course.
Oh, yes.
Come on, we just talked about it.
Yeah.
We got to see if we can see it on there.
Yeah.
Why is he calling me? He knows we're on the air. Come on, Coach. Call in. Tell us about the Masters. I know it's your forte there. That's for sure. But yeah, DeChambeau, but Van Rooyen, he's got the furthest out so far on the golf course. He's -2 through 7, playing the 8th par 5 as we speak. So good stuff there. Let's take a gander over to the. I know it's early, but we're not doing a show tomorrow. Obviously, the tournament's happening tomorrow, so want to give it a. Let's see where we are in this Masters fantasy, because we ended up having 40 total people, which I think is pretty cool. That's for sure. How do I get to it? I know how to get to it on the app. I'm going to just do it on the app, Jay. Also, we're going to try to do in the 11:40 segment, we've got Alan Sandage coming up at 11:20 to go over some of the betting stuff with the Masters. I know it's underway, but one of the beautiful things about golf is you can live bet as well while you're out there. Let's see. 40 entrants there in the Masters Fantasy Challenge there with ESPN Northwest Florida. And let me refresh. And, we've got 2 points already out there for Hermie75. Again, we've got 40 participants, and I think everybody else does not have any players yet who have teed off. So who'd you, and now that it's official, who'd you pick? Do you remember?
And I cannot remember.
It's only 4 names you got to remember. David Hayes, you remember who you got?
Yeah, I got Scotty Scheffler as my past champ. My American is going to be Colin Morikawa. My foreign golfer is going to be John Rahm, and then my wild card is Brooks Koepka.
Whew, that's a stout lineup right there. I think it may come down to the tiebreaker in this bad boy, which is going to be interesting.
2,875.
Perfect. That sounds like a good number. I took past champ. I took John Rahm. I took American Brooks Koepka. International, I took Hideki Matsuyama, and then the wild card, I put picture Georgia boy there, Jay, Brian Harmon. And I know for my tiebreaker, which we've already talked about, 3,096. Have you pulled it up yet?
Well, the server's down. I went to ESPNPC.com, server's down.
Why? Go to your Masters app.
Oh, the Master. Oh, okay. I don't have to go to ESPNPC.com? Huh?
Never change, Jay. Never change.
Boy, I love Jay.
Ever change.
All right, so I'm going to Masters.com.
I don't even know.
Do you not have the app on your phone?
No.
No.
It's the best app in the world. You just talked about how good it was, and you don't even have to
I'm talking about the website. I'm talking about the website. Totally different.
Joaquin Neiman is teeing off.
Is he?
Yeah, because I have the app and got a notification about it. Because that's how it typically works. You went to ESPNPC.com, which is where you went to sign up for the contest,
right.
So that's fair.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Went through the same door.
Sports notifications for Jay is coming to the studio.
Literally. I'm just going to start getting little red ones and pop them up over my head during the show. Bing!
I know, right?
What would be a notification from today, non-Masters related?
O.J. Simpson passed away.
Yes, I'm proud of you for feeling that.
Yeah.
I was giving you. Yes, passed away at the age of 76 after a battle with cancer.
And he hung out at Bay Point back in the day.
Yeah, if you watch the one of the documentaries, I don't know which OJ documentary it is, but yeah, there's a shot of him on a golf cart in front of the same cart barn that is still there, because OJ famously came to live with his girlfriend at Bay Point over on the Meadow side of things for a little while, as soon as he was acquitted.
Yeah, I got you.
So the tie to to OJ Simpson here in Panama City Beach is real.
I mean, so what are the things that you remember? OJ
Have you not found your team yet?
No, we'll get to that. No. We'll get to that.
I don't really want to talk about OJ.
You don't?
No, it's Masters week.
That's true.
I want to talk about the Masters.
All right. Yeah, I'll search.
I guess I probably could have just pulled up your team on the app now. I would assume that you can see other people's teams, right? When it when it happens?
You would think.
Well, you don't even have the app, so I don't know what to tell you. Dan Henry's, let's see. Yeah, you can see who's people. He's got Rahm, Spieth, Koepka, and DeChambeau as his wild card. And DeChambeau being 3 under through his first 3 holes has got him off to a hot start. 6 points there. All right, let me see if I can find yours. What's your name?
Jay Henley Golf.
Creative.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
It's probably at the bottom.
No, I mean, I think there's only one person that has any points so far that's gone out because of that DeChambeau pick. Yeah, there's 40 people. Sorry, I'm trying to do this live. View, manage league. Let's see. Jim Nance, Keith Fleming, Olds is in there. Dana's in there. Trev Sherm, Toon CS Lives. I'd probably pronounce that incorrectly. Who's your caddy? Mike Howdy McDaniel, Long Ball Larry, Drew's Aces, For the Wintro, Travis G, Who Dat 84, Jay Henley Golf. There you are. He's got John Rahm, Dustin Johnson, Brooks Koepka, and Eric Cole in that last spot.
Live heavy.
Yeah. Which is surprising.
I know. It is.
It's good stuff.
Trying to win this thing.
You're tied with 4th with 39 other people.
Okay.
Off to a good start.
All right.
Off to a good start.
Still early. Got a lot of golf.
No, it's always early.
Yeah.
It's always early. It's going to be early until Sunday. Mm-hmm. If you make the cut.
Right.
All that good stuff.
Yes, sir.
We're going to try, after the Alan Sandage segment, to sync our computers watching live. You do know how to find the website, so we've crossed that box off.
I'm there.
And see if we can do holes 4, 5, and 6. Do a little fun, maybe do a little play-by-play, some color commentary of Augusta National. But when we get back, we'll be joined by Alan Sandage up there he's the sports director of ESPN Richmond, talking about all the good gambling action, prop bets, best value, as you can still bet because the tournament is just underway. You can live bet all tournament long as well, so take advantage of those opportunities. We appreciate you listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We'll be right back with Alan Sandage.
ESPN Northwest Florida presents The Blast at Bay Point. Play the Masters Fantasy Challenge to win a foursome at beautiful Bay Point Golf Club in Panama City Beach. It's free to play. Invite your friends to sign up. Go to ESPNPC.com and click The Blast at Bay Point. From your official radio station for fun and games on the Gulf Coast. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Thursday. For this afternoon and evening, some sun and a high of 73 with a strong breeze out of the west around 23 miles per hour. Tonight, clear skies with lows around 62. Tomorrow, sunny with a light breeze and a temperature near 71. Moving into Saturday, about the same with a high of 74 and sunshine. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Hey folks, Chris Kramer with Bill Kramer GM. And the best place to listen to the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey is inside a brand new vehicle from Bill Kramer GM. And I want you to know we've got 10 times the amount of inventory on the ground as we did this time last year, and darn near all of them are discounted. So shop us online at BillKramerGM.com or visit us the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd. We'll make it easy and take great care of you.
In the jewelry business, there is no substitute for experience. David Adamson has over 46 years of experience, 32 of those in Lynn Haven. Designing and creating fine jewelry is more than a job for David, it's a joy. If you're looking for a spectacular jewelry design that says you, or perhaps you need your jewelry repaired, look no further than David Adamson Designer Jewelry. All work is done in-house and always to your complete satisfaction. Stop in today at David Adamson Designer Jewelry, 830 Ohio Avenue in Lynn Haven. They're on Facebook and at tcjeweler.com.
Broadcasting live from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine and Outdoor Studios.
Have a quick stretch first.
The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey.
Must have pulled something playing hoops last week.
And Jay Henley.
I know you're not putting that rock up from here. You ain't got no Jay.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome Welcome back. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Masters round is underway. Bryson DeChambeau just made a nice par save on the very difficult par 3 fourth hole, moving to the very difficult par 5 fifth hole, Jay. But off to a good start. A lot of surprising there. But again, like we mentioned in the first segment, getting off to a good start at Augusta doesn't necessarily lead to you long-term success. I mean, just ask Tiger Woods what he did in 97. Didn't he shoot like 40-32 or something?
40-30.
40-30. That's right. I knew you'd know.
Yeah.
You and Keith, right up his butt like you belong.
Don't you think it's very unlucky to wear green at the Augusta? I feel like, it's already green. Why are you going to add to the green?
I don't know.
A green shirt.
Let's ask our good friend, sports director up there at ESPN Richmond, and a betting enthusiast and very knowledgeable, especially when it comes to the world of golf. And that's Alan Sandage. Alan, how are you on this Masters Thursday?
I'm doing great, man. That intro, you ain't got no J. Classic. I was cracking up.
David Hayes is good with that. He's very subtle, and if you're not paying attention, you're missing out on some of that good stuff, that's for sure. Ask your question to Alan.
I just don't like the whole destroying the game of golf thing. Now, there is a crack in the window going with that, but anyways.
Yeah, we haven't heard that one yet today, but it's probably coming. This man is destroying golf.
Right. No, Alan, so you see these guys wearing green on Thursday. I feel like it's very unlucky. I mean, it's already green. The grass is green. Everything's green. Would you wear a green shirt to start the Masters off?
Well, they say dress for the job that you want to have. If you want a green jacket, might as well start with a green shirt.
That's the most educated and responsible answer I've heard so far today on the Inside Drive. That's good stuff.
That is good.
There you go. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
If you want to win the green jacket, you got to wear green.
Go ahead and get used to it.
Now, in the same breath, I am a man of numbers, so if 100 people have worn it and 100 people have lost, I'm going to go with yellow.
There you go, which is also a Masters color, as all the flags are always yellow. That is for sure. Yep. But, Alan, let's jump right into it. Obviously, the Masters is underway, but just got started underway as Bryson DeChambeau tees off on the difficult par 5 fifth and just rips one right down the middle with a nice little pocket draw, setting him up for a nice second shot on one of the more difficult holes on the golf course with that elephant green. But let's obviously, we were on the podcast. We talked to Keith yesterday, but, gambling is your specialty, and one of the things that you talk about in successful gambling is value, how important value is on betting. Obviously, without value, if you're doing this for a living and trying to earn money, that's one of the most important things to follow. So following that question, who do you think some of the guys are that provide the best value for this Masters tournament now that it's underway and we kind of know what the weather's going to look like?
Yeah, hindsight, Bryson DeChambeau was coming in at some pretty high odds. And it's not one on the first round ever.
Nope.
But him having a good start and obviously being able to drive it the lengths that he does and getting started with some good putting is a big plus for the people who backed him. And I think I mentioned him briefly in passing on our podcast, just that idea that, there are certain people out there that have certain odds that, their chance to win is so high you have to take it. Like, when you look at Rahm, even the guys that I had last year, because on my app I can see who I picked last year. I actually had DeChambeau in my top. I had 4 guys last year: DeChambeau, Rahm, Xander, and Koepka. And I'm pretty sure when I picked Rahm was not in good form going into the Masters last year, if I recall. But I said that the price tag that he had was so disrespectful to his ability that I picked him just off the fact that I was getting odds that I had never seen with Jon Rahm when he was rated as the #1 golfer in the world in years. And sometimes as a gambler, that's how you got to approach it. Like, you play the numbers. Sometimes Vegas messes up, and in that case last year they did. This year I think they've got some guys like Neiman who should probably be a little bit lower that have a good chance to win.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we talked about some of these guys at length, and I want to ask you specifically about Hideki, because I've loaded up Hideki in all the various Masters things I am. And you guys have mentioned before that as Christo Lamprecht, the amateur, just made a par on number 5 to stay at -1. And I didn't tell Keith, but that's the amateur who I think is going to have the best amateur tournament. But anyway, this is like a kid in a candy shop. I'm getting distracted by Masters. But going back to, Neiman and picking these guys, I think I just lost my train of thought, Jay. Where was I going? Like I said, I'm getting distracted by it. This is like addiction.
It is.
I shouldn't even put the live coverage on my computer.
I'm watching it as well. I know.
What was I saying?
Oh God, I'm watching.
Yeah.
So you're
and I don't know which direction I was going with that.
I mean, if it makes you guys feel better, I'm watching on my phone as I'm talking to you. So
that's
we're all
impressive.
on the same
That's impressive. Yes, it's hard to. Oof, there's a big old slice on number 5. Yeah, I think the wind up there is going to make it certainly challenging. But obviously they've got to make the cut. That's step one. When you're talking about making the cut at Augusta, and at least they're not going to be playing at rain. But how much, in your opinion, is this weather, this wind, going to factor in overall? They say there's really only about 15, 20 guys that have a legitimate shot of winning the Masters. And is the wind going to affect those guys as much as it's going to affect the other guys? I don't know. What do you think? Do you think the wind really doesn't change those 20 guys that got a shot to win?
I think it depends on the golfer. I was talking about this on air earlier today on our 8 to 10 show. There are certain guys that actually I think get a stat boost or a bump, on their finishing position if they play in certain elements. Hideki Matsuyama is one of those guys that if it's rainy, it's wet, windy, if it's just not perfect conditions, he finds a way to thrive in those types of tournaments. And I had pegged him as one of the guys early on when I saw the weather report as somebody I would keep my eye on, because if I recall, the Masters that he won, it was kind of a similar situation. Yeah. Like we had rain and wind, it was kind of crappy conditions, and he went on a run.
Absolutely.
And I just think it truly depends on the golfer. There are some guys who can't handle it as well as others, and I think it always helps the European golfers if we've got wind and rain in the conditions.
I remember what my question was going to be is Hideki, obviously a lot of people are high on Hideki this week. He's playing good golf. He's a previous Masters champion. He meets the majority of the trends that you have to have success there. Do you think the hype on Hideki is that reverse psychology for us in the betting world, that he's being hyped up so much, so a lot of people are taking him, maybe not going to play well? Do you believe in that kind of stuff?
I absolutely believe it. It is an extreme turnoff as a gambler to have somebody like my 7 to 8 host who knows absolutely nothing about golf tell me that Hideki Matsuyama is in his top picks. Like, you don't even watch golf, buddy. Like he bet Bhatia last week to win, and he did it as a live bet and had no idea who Danny Willett or any of those guys were that he was playing against, and just like, he plays golf but he doesn't bet golf. And so when people like that are picking my guy, same way with horse racing, if everybody's on the horse, they don't even watch horse racing, but they like the horse that I like, it's a turn off. Yeah. It's never going good when the public's on it.
Yeah. Your boy, Van Rooyen, did you put any money on him? Again, not that you can win the Masters in the first round, but he's off to certainly a good start. He's on the 9th hole, and he's 2 under par currently, one back of Bryson DeChambeau, tied with Fox.
So, like I was telling you guys on the podcast, one of my strategies, man, if I got a golfer who's been consistent, and he gets into these majors and he's never won one, but he's playing really good golf, always put him in the top 20 prop. Because a guy like Erik Van Rooyen in the Masters is going to get darn near 100-to-1 odds. Even though he's a pretty good golfer in his own right now, he's virtually a nobody in a field like this. So you're going to get 4-to-1, 5-to-1, top 20 odds on a guy like that. And at worst, he's probably plus 350 somewhere. I got him at 4-to-1, so I was all over it. I just propped him. I don't expect him to win, but if he can crack top 20 for me, it's a plus.
Well, and that's a great point, too. You know, we're talking about betting to win, but there's also top 5, top 10, top 20, and there can be some serious value in those as well. I mean, because we get so caught up in talking who's going to win the Masters, who's going to win the Masters. But from a betting standpoint, you've got these other opportunities and all these different props and specials and things that make certain. Now, Fox is birdied 1, 2, and 3. He's now moved to 3 under, tied with Bryson DeChambeau. So some of these guys off to a hot start, some of them not. Neiman has made par on 1. Tony Finau has made par on 1. Sepp Straka, Phil Mickelson bogeyed 1. Charles Schwartzel made a double on number 2. That's not a good start, that's for sure. Former Masters champion. But talk about some of the other guys. You know, obviously Van Rooyen, a top 20 there, 4-1 is pretty dang special, especially if he makes the cut. But who are some of these other guys you're looking at not to win, but some great value in those top 5, top 10, top 20s?
Yeah, I thought like Theegala had a good spot to crack a top 10. He's played well here before, and he doesn't seem too intimidated by the guys around him. That's really the key thing is you need people that are going to play golf and can handle both the course and the pressure. Because even if you're not in contention, like there's a lot of cameras on you in this tournament. There's a lot of eyes on you this tournament, a lot of talk as well. So you don't want somebody that's easily frazzled, if I could use that word. But I'm looking at because he hasn't teed off yet, and I'm trying to check his live odds to see if they changed a little. But I had a pretty good number on him at a top 10, and again, yeah, he's plus 350. So he's plus 350 to top 10, and he's 8-1 the top 5. I like the top 10 for guys like Theegala, even like a Sam Burns, a Wyndham Clark. Like Wyndham Clark obviously has the talent to maybe get it done, but again, until I see it and looking at the trends that we had talked about on our podcast, you know, about like first-time winners, I just think the safer bet is to take guys like Wyndham at 3-1, the top 10 or something like that, because you know they'll play good golf.
Yeah.
But just taking him to win, I don't know. You know, I was a little hesitant on it. Now, for guys who I thought had a chance to win on the first time around, our guy Ludwig obviously was on my list. Neiman was obviously on my list as well. And then a surprise name was Tony Finau. I thought maybe had a chance to win for the first time.
Yeah, he's certainly had a good history at Augusta National, even when jacking up his ankle pretty good, coming down after making a hole-in-one in the par 3 contest and going out there and continuing it. Jay's boy Jake Knapp just made a birdie on number 8 to get it back to -1 going into the 9th hole. So, you know, sometimes these guys...
I was going to say Knapp is definitely in my props.
There you go. There you go. I like it. Yeah, I got him in one of my pools where you got to pick certain people from different categories and stuff like that. But, you know, obviously his first Masters, you know, you kind of settle in. But if you can make the turn in your first Masters, you know, at even par or better, you're obviously feeling pretty good. And then, you know, 10's very tough, 11's very tough, 12 can be the undone. If you can run through 9 through 12 at even par and then give yourself a chance coming in. This golf course is almost segmented out where you've got little stretches that, you know, kind of break everything down, and that's what's so special about the final round on Sunday at Augusta is, you know, holes 13 through 18, you've got an opportunity to make some serious moves, and you've seen it both good and bad on different things. But I want to ask you specifically about Tiger. I was talking a little bit about it in the first segment. There's some pretty wild things out there for him in the Tiger Woods exclusive. This is from Hard Rock because that's the one we can legally use here in the state of Florida. Obviously, and I thought this was a little interesting, so I wanted to get your thoughts on it. They have one where Tiger Woods to make the cut. No is -140. Yes is +100. But I want to ask you that question. Then they have a Tiger top 40 finish exclusive at -130. Isn't that a little contradictory? Where you've got him making the cut at no is -140, but then in the same breath have a Tiger top finish is -130. Is those two completely separate things? How does that work when the books do something like that?
I think they're just capping it as two separate things.
Gotcha.
So, like, if he makes the cut, then you're looking at the finishing position. I don't know how you could hedge that or how I would go about hedging that if I was a book. Because, like, sometimes you'll see where they give you some kind of odds that you can kind of tell they're just trying to hedge on the event that this happens. But assuming that he makes the cut, I don't think they think he'll gain much ground. So that's why we're seeing the odds that we have at a top 40 finish, and also with him missing the cut as well.
Yeah.
So I think they're just looking at it as two separate events, and that's why the odds are like that.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes more sense for sure. I mean, you get 50 in ties to make the cut, so it's not like it's a cut in half. You got 89 players in the field, and if you got a bunch of guys tied at that cut line, I mean, you could have, the entire field could make the cut, really, in theory. So you never really know. But what I want to ask you real quick, some of these that you think might be realistic. You got a Tiger top 40 finish. Let's say he makes the cut. We'll leave that as the constant. A Tiger top 40 finish, a Tiger to score 4+ birdies or better in round 1, a Tiger top 30 finish, Tiger to score 5+ birdies in round 1, which is plus 300, and then Tiger to score a birdie or better on the first hole, which this is, I think, is just one they're trying to get people to bite on, is plus 750, and then Tiger to have a bogey-free round in the tournament, plus 900. The last one's Tiger to have a hole-in-one, but I'm going to skip that because that's plus 10,000. What do you think about some of those being realistic? I know that's a very open-ended question because we don't know how Tiger's health is going to be, and everybody talking about, if it all comes together, he can win. Well, yeah, you could say that about any golfer in the field.
Yeah, for sure. I like the 5 birdies in a round?
Yeah, 5 birdies plus 300.
Yeah, I would probably take a stab at that. I know for a fact that text you guys sent with that first hole bet. I got a guy. I know for a fact he took action on it. He's just. I was like, dude, you're something else. you can't help yourself, can you? Because I sent it to him as a joke, and there's 3 of us in the chat, and it was 2 of us going ha ha, and then there was silence from the third one. And I was like, you make me sick.
Yeah, he's saying, watch Tiger birdie the first hole. I'd be like, if it was a different hole besides the first hole, I'd be like, okay, maybe. But the first hole is just so difficult to birdie. You have to be perfect to birdie that first hole.
If he birdies that first hole, I'm going to send you guys a screenshot. My text is going to blow up.
I'm sure we'll hear from our good friend, Mr. Fleming, as well. He's going to win the tournament.
Yeah.
You can't birdie them all until you birdie the first.
Yep, that's true. Got to start somewhere.
That's it. Hey, Alan, we got a minute left to go. Give us one other prop that you may be really high on before we let you go.
Let's see. One other prop. I don't think I can find it now since the tournament started. But I had my guy on as the top Asian for like 4-1.
-2 through 2. -2 through 2.
Yeah. So it was funny because I mentioned that when we were on the podcast when Jay had thrown it out there about him being like one of the top Asian golfers, and I was like, yeah, they actually do split you up like that for some of the props. And honestly, I wish there was another major sporting event. Like when we get the Phoenix Open, we often get the crossover props because it's the Super Bowl weekend and there's other like sporting events going. It would be phenomenal to have the Masters mixed in with like March Madness, with baseball, things like that. But I don't think the Masters itself would approve of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Alan, we appreciate your time. I know you're a busy man. I'm sure we'll talk all throughout the Masters tournament. And good luck with all your bets and enjoy this Masters.
Thanks, man. Good luck to you, too, as well, except for in our contest, you got to lose. You got to be Rory.
I know.
You can't win the slam.
I know. That's true. Me and Rory, we got something in common right now. For now. We'll see how it goes out. Alan, we appreciate your time, as always. Have a great rest of your week. You guys are listening to the Inside Drive live here in ESPN Northwest Florida. When we get back, me and Jay are going to take a stab at doing some Masters announcing. ESPN Northwest Florida has your chance to win a pair of tickets to the Geico 500. Join Coach Hale mornings at 7:15 and 8:15 to enter. The Race to Talladega. Then at 12:15 and 5:15, listen for your name called. If we announce your name, race to the phones. How long it takes you to call 850-215-6290 is your qualifying time. The fastest qualifying times win a pair of tickets to Talladega, right here from ESPN Northwest Florida.
Ready to save big on the #1 selling car brand in the world?
We've extended our best deals of the year throughout the month of April. Get 2.99% APR plus 90 days until you make your first payment on a new Camry. Get 2.99% on the sporty Corolla. Ready for 2.99% on a new RAV4? And get 2.99% on the tough Tundra.
Wherever life leads, there's a Toyota for you. Right here at Panama City Toyota.
Offer expires April 30th. For details, visit PanamaCityToyota.com.
Do you use the expensive blue or yellow pills to charge your sex life? Are you thinking about it? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pills deliver the exact same results for less than $3. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. And right now, radio callers will get 44 blue or yellow pills for $120 with free discreet shipping. You can save more than $700 off pharmacy prices. Charge your sex life now and save a ton of money. Call now and get your 44 pills and save over $700 and qualify for free shipping. Stop overpaying and call right now.
Paid for by Steelman Pills. 800-261-7365. 800-261-7365. 800-261-7365. That's 800-261-7365.
And now the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey.
We're going to have a talk. Tell me what you know. You're out!
Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios.
It's a frantic noise.
ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Hello, friends. Welcome back to your coverage of the Augusta National Championship. I don't know what year it is, otherwise I would have said it.
2024.
Yeah, I know, but what year? The 89th Augusta National? I should have looked that up before we got going.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to have some fun with this one, Jay. Are we live together on our screens?
We are.
I'm going to talk like this the entire segment.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
all right,
sir.
Vern. All right, Vern, take it easy. Current update on the leaderboard. Eric Van Rooyen, -3 through 9. Bryson DeChambeau, -3 through 5. Fox, I don't know his first name, -3 through 4. Jake Knapp, -2 as he makes the turn. Danny Willett, former Masters champion, -2 through 7. Amateur Christo Lampret is currently -2. Byung-Hun An, -2 through 2. Thorborn Olesen is -1 through 5. Sergio Garcia, after making a nice par putt on hole number 4, is currently -5. Sepp Straka, former Georgia Bulldog, right there down the road in Athens, Georgia, -2 through 2. Tony Finau, -1 through 2 as well. As we join live coverage here, we go to the number 6 hole. Gary Woodwin on the tee, takes it back, swings that tough back left hole location. Looks like it's heading a little left, Jay. Is that a good spot to be in?
Yeah, it looks like he's going to chip this one up.
Is it going to stay?
Ooh.
Yeah, tough.
Yep.
Back hole location, the wind looks like it's blowing straight down. And, you know, a lot of people like to play the game of golf downwind, but sometimes that can make it even more challenging. Explain why that could be a little more difficult there, Jay Henley.
Well, you got to complete your golf swing. That's a given. You can't, you got to club
Some
down.
might say good rhythm and balance.
Good rhythm and balance is definitely key. But, yeah, I mean, gusty winds today. I mean, these guys are really having a tough go at it. They haven't made it to the backside yet, but I think the gusty winds are going to happen all throughout the day.
Absolutely. I think somebody dubbed it earlier on a show down in Panama City as a gusty.
A gusty national.
Gusty championship. The azaleas are in full bloom. You can check out live coverage at masters.com. But as we are joining here, you got a couple of leaders making the turn. Eric Van Rooyen heading to the very difficult number 10 over there on the just to the left of the putting green there. And Bryson DeChambeau currently tied for the lead with Ryan Fox and Eric Van Rooyen. Byung-Hun An has now went to -3 through 3. You've had several guys make 3 birdies on the first 3 holes. And 2 and 3, I would say, are very birdieable, but the first hole very difficult. So maybe that Tiger Woods prop at +750 might be something to look at.
Could be.
Not going to be for a while as he tees off later this afternoon, but you've also got several guys that are going the other way very quickly as well. They're taking a quick leaderboard break here on the Masters coverage of holes 4, 5, and 6.
Now, we know that tee times have been pushed back 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours, absolutely. Doesn't look like the Thursday round will get underway or get finished up today, but they'll certainly get that done early in the morning and hopefully back on schedule on Saturday.
Let me ask you a question. If you had a 4 o'clock tee time today, what would you be doing throughout the day today to get kind of prepare for this 4 o'clock tee time?
Good question. Very antsy I would be. I'm trying to keep myself busy, that's for sure. But we're joined back in live coverage here. The amateur Stubbs on the par 4 fifth. He currently missed the green very far to the right. Fifth green, very difficult. They say that they've buried several elephants upside down in that green in this whole location. Kind of in a little valley just there overside that right greenside bunker. Can he get this up and down?
This looks pretty tough. He's got to get it over the bunker. Oh, he did a little pitch and run up there, and he almost...
Ball rolls in. Very nicely done. About a foot there for the amateur Stubbs. Great shot there. Very creative. Very anti-David Hayes in the flop shot.
Just give it to him.
Yeah, pick
ridiculous.
It up. Pick it up. Pick it up. He is the Asian Pacific Amateur Champion, and that's how he got his invite here to Augusta National for this particular Masters. And looking forward to seeing how he competes, as we have several amateurs in the field this year, and that's a heck of a putt that they're showing there from that particular championship. But that's another cool thing here about Augusta National, the Masters tournament, is there's a lot of different ways to get into the tournament. Jay Hanley, I know you've been close a few times, but haven't been able to get over the hump.
Yeah, I've been there a couple of times, but we're still trying to work that out.
Your broadcasting career, you got to put that aside sometimes if you're trying to make it to Augusta National. That's for sure. He is up here to tap in his par, a great par on number 5, and that'll give him some confidence on the around the greens here at Augusta National, as you would say that the teeth of the golf course is certainly in the complexes, not just on the greens themselves, but around them as well. He'll move over to the par 3-6, which is one of the more difficult holes there on the golf course. Here we are joined on number 4. It looks like, is that Sepp Straka that might have just hit? Or we're going back in here. I'm waiting to see it's beyond on. Yes, 9-iron, 177 yards. This hole basically plays level, but certainly looks like it's downhill, but it's actually not. It goes down into a valley and then comes back up. This hole can stretch out all the way to about 240 yards. That Sunday pin location, always very difficult. Ball up in the air, 9-iron from 177, right in the middle of the green. Smart shot there. It's going to be a downhill left to righter coming to that flag, but you could see the flag was blowing pretty straight downwind, again making it difficult to judge the clubs, because you don't want to miss 4 right or short. Here we are joined on number 6, Gary Woodland, as we mentioned earlier. Missed the green to the left, chips it up to that back left hole location, has some nice spin, ball rolls out. He probably wanted a little bit closer than that, Jay. What do you think?
But it's 3 feet away. I mean, Gary's off to a decent start. What is he right now, Ryan? 2? Is he 2 over?
I don't know. Here we are joined with Lucas Glover. He's got some great hands, always hitting that right to left ball. Takes the club back.
It's
nice
right
swing,
at it.
Right at it. Ooh, it's cutting back to that back right hole location. Does he have the distance right? Ooh, great shot there. A little long, but he still will be putting. And that just goes to show you how difficult the winds can make it. Bryson DeChambeau on number 6 rolls the ball up. He was front left on that and gave himself about a 35-footer for par. Rolls it up there nicely. Looks like he should have a tap in there to remain at 3 under par through 6. That stretch of 4, 5, and 6, one of the more difficult on the golf course, that is for sure.
DeChambeau would be a very good name for him today.
Because of the wind.
Because of the wind.
Yes,
because of the wind.
I thought you were rooting for him to collapse. Here we are with former Masters champion Zach Johnson on the number 5. That just goes to show you how difficult that green is. The screens do not do it any justice. He was short on that green, and he left himself, it looks like, about 15 feet short on that putt, and now he's going to have to try to roll that in to save par on a very difficult golf course. Back to hole number 4. Who do we got on the tee here, Jay?
Oh, is this our buddy from UGA Harris English?
And maybe your buddy, not mine. He has a nice little fade in there to that back right hole location. Oh, what a great shot there. Actually checks up downwind and is rolling back towards the front of that green. That just completely shows you how these slopes are here at Augusta National, and what a great... Here's Gary Woodland as we move to number 6.
2 over.
He's 2 over, trying to make a nice little par. Looks like a little right to lefter for him to move on.
He pushed it.
He got it outside of the hole, didn't let that club face release, and now he's going to have to tap it in for a bogey, and most likely going to 3 over for the round. Gary hasn't been playing a lot of tournaments, been dealing with some things up there. I think a brain lesion is what you had mentioned. So good to see him out there competing. And here we go back to the number 5, the very difficult par 4. Zach Johnson's got about, what do you call it, Jay? About 15, 17 feet par putt.
He's got some meat left on this ball.
And given the shine of that green, looks like it's a little downhill. I'm going to say left to righter. A very difficult putt for a right-handed putter to make. That's for sure. You can watch. He's not going to take this putter back very far, and because he's just got to get it started on the right line, and that's the key to making putts at Augusta National. Is the speed is obviously crucial, but getting it started on the right line is everything, because they can certainly get away from you very quickly.
Here's our Ryder Cup captain as we speak.
Loser. All right, takes the putt back.
Professional.
Oh, he misses it out there on the left side. A bogey for Zach Johnson. Couldn't lead the U.S. to the Ryder Cup victory. Some say the team was fractured and did not do a good job of keeping everybody together. But that's neither here nor there. Bryson DeChambeau with the unorthodox putter there, Jay. Do you think that benefits him?
He does have it anchored in his left inside, almost to his elbow.
Yeah.
I think it does. I mean, obviously.
Very, very, very square setup to the golf ball.
Yep.
He's got about 2.5 feet for par, takes the putter back, and rolls it in and remains 3 under through 6. Bryson DeChambeau off to a hot start. Obviously, he is a LIV Tour member, does not play on the PGA Tour anymore. And, your PGA Tour loyalists are probably freaking out right now seeing Bryson DeChambeau. He's been doing a lot of work on YouTube and really building up the following and, working on some long drive stuff. Just a great ambassador for the game of golf. They call him the mad scientist. Won the U.S. Amateur. He's won a U.S. Open, if I'm not mistaken. And he's looking good so far to start at Augusta. You think he'll hold it together?
We'll see. I mean, he's very technical. If he can just kind of keep those details away, kind of stay free. I don't know how much free he's got. He's as technical as those basketball. Remember I put together a basketball goal a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
He's as technical as those instructions.
He probably would have been able to do it a little bit faster than you.
Probably.
I would say.
Yeah.
It took you a day or two.
A couple
The
of
weather
days.
wasn't great, though, was it?
Yeah, it was raining.
All right, here we are back to number 4, Harris English, the University of Georgia alum, the Bulldog there, just like Jay Henley had mentioned here in our few minutes ago. He's got about 15, it's probably about 20, 25 feet up the hill, downwind, which that's one of the things you got to think about today at Augusta National is you've got a lot of wind. Typically, wind usually just affects your ball when you're hitting it, tee shots, second shots, on all that. But chips and putts on the green, the wind's certainly going to affect that as well.
They've cut these greens down to 1/8 of an inch this week. 1/8 of an inch.
That is nice and tight. Double rolling, double cut. They're always nice and fast. And
opposite of Jay's haircut.
There you go. Although he said he was getting a buzz cut. And apparently our definitions of buzz cuts are just slightly different. Here's Thorborn Olsen.
Low and long for Jay.
Low and long. To remain 1 under par through 6th, Thorborn takes the putter back and rolls it nicely in little left to right putt. So both Bryson DeChambeau and Olesen were able to get the par. Here's Gary Woodland coming back for his 1-footer there to go to 3 over par. Back to number 5, you got the Ryan Fox and Sergio Garcia with 2 great tee shots there, Jay. 297, 298. One of the things is, you've played Augusta National. Yeah. The 5th hole, that tee shot is very uphill. The hole plays 495 off the stick, but certainly plays longer than that.
It does, and I don't know what the wind's looking like in that direction, but if they've got a headwind and no tailwind, that is a very difficult hole.
Well, and you can see Chris Kirk hit it one of those deep left bunkers on number 5, and all he could do was just punch it back out in the fairway. Very penal bunkers there on number 5. You got to stay away from those. Not much of an opportunity to hit the green into if you find yourself in one of those fairway bunkers. But here we are on number 4, Lucas Glover with a downhill putt. Didn't get it high enough and cozied it down there to about 2.5 feet. Not a gimme at Augusta National. You can see that cup's kind of tilted a little bit. Looks like he's going to have a little left to right downhill putt to make his par there at number 4.
I mean, Ryan, looking at the conditions, at the end of the day, where would you want to be sitting with these conditions today? Do you think even par sits at a very good, going into Friday?
Absolutely. I think if I'm in the morning wave here and I'm actually able to complete my Thursday round, I think even par. If you tell me I can have even par when I tee off and I'll finish, I would take that all day long. Yeah. Sergio Garcia with a little mishit there on number 5. Great tee shot, but left it short and right, and that's going to be a tough up and down on number 5. As we move back to number 6, got a nice swing there from Corey Connors. Looking like it's right at it, Jay. You think he's got the distance?
He does. Oh, my goodness, it's right there.
Ooh, we almost had our first hole in one of the golf tournament there. Ooh. Corey Connors knocking it to about 2 feet on number 6, playing pretty long but downhill, and that club selection is going to be ever so key today and tomorrow. Moving over to number 5, Fox, co-leader, -3 on number 5, trying to draw it in there from right to left. Flag doesn't look like it's moving too much there. It looks like he hung it out a little
just
right.
A bit outside.
Yes, just a bit outside, tying in the baseball. And speaking of baseball, the Atlanta Braves are currently in a weather delay today. Here we go back to, I don't know which hole this is. All I can see is green, and we are not there in the media room, so we don't have access to as much information. But a great putt nonetheless rolled in right there. Is that Byung-Hun On? It is. It is a nice par there on number 3. Co-leader off to a great start, birdieing the first 3 holes, making a nice par on the par 3 4th hole.
Not seeing a lot of nerves on these guys. I mean, they're pretty steady. I don't see anybody nervous out there.
Well, I hope you wouldn't see active nerves out there. That would make me concerned for some of the players here. Moving back to the par 3 fifth hole there, the amateur Stubbs got 192 yards, little downhill, downwind, trying to bring it in from right to left. Did he overcook it too much? Jay, what do you think?
No, he's 6 feet. Yes,
6
sir.
feet right below the hole. Great spot to leave it. 2 fantastic shots here on a very, very difficult golf hole. Although this hole location today seems to be a little bit easier than some of the other ones because that green is filled with 3 deep tiers there.
And number 6, if I'm not mistaken, that's where there's actually fans between the tee box and the
Yes, they allow it because it's very downhill and then it goes back uphill to the green. Yes, you're allowed to sit on that slope because you can't actually see those fans from the tee box. I've spent a lot of spent a lot of time there on it. That's our other analyst there, David Hayes, joining us.
This is Ralph Jackson.
Ralph Jackson from Augusta, Georgia. Here we go. Zach Johnson on the par 3-6. Can he get it back to even par on this hole, Jay? What do you think?
These guys are playing some curveballs left. I mean,
that is not a good shot there from Zach Johnson. He does not want to be long.
That's that strong grip.
Goes into the patrons, and it's going to nestle over there by one of our cameras there on the 6th hole, and he's going to have a difficult challenge to get that up and down to stay at 1 over.
One of the things, he went long and left. One of the things I have learned, I mean, Rory back in his day was hitting balls long and left, right? Yep. And you cannot be long and left on this golf course, and you just can't do it.
Nope, it's deadly, that is for sure. Yep. Lucas Glover cleans up for par on number 4, and with that, we will take our break here from your live coverage at Augusta National. You're listening to The Inside Drive, and we'll be right back. ESPN Northwest Florida has your chance to win a pair of tickets to the Geico 500. Join Coach Hale mornings at 7:15 and 8:15 to enter. The Race to Talladega. Then at 12:15 and 5:15, listen for your name called. If we announce your name, race to the phones. How long it takes you to call 850-215-6290 is your qualifying time. The fastest qualifying times win a pair of tickets to Talladega, right here from ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Thursday. For this afternoon and evening, some sun and a high of 73 with a strong breeze out of the west around 23 miles per hour. Tonight, clear skies with lows around 62. Tomorrow, sunny with a light breeze and a temperature near 71. Moving into Saturday, about the same with a high of 74 and sunshine. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Are you tired of hearing 2 weeks when you call to get your boat worked on? Hey folks, it's Chris Kramer with Kramer Marine and Outdoor, and we'll get you in and back out on the water as quick as possible. We're a full-line Yamaha outboard dealer and Suzuki outboard dealer, and we have master-trained certified mechanics on site. So if it's just an annual service, electronics install, trolling motor install, or all the way up to a full repower, we can take care of you. So stop by and see us in the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd next to Bill Kramer GM, or call us at 850-851-0453.
WPLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX Lynn Haven, powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Spring has sprung. Vacations are next. At that boot store, you can dress the whole family from the youngest to the oldest with high-quality clothing at fantastic prices and look great wherever you travel. No time for vacations? Not to worry. That boot store offers high-quality Carhartt work clothes at affordable prices, too. Shop that boot store, celebrating 60 years in business. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 9 till 5, and Friday and Saturday, 9 until 5:30. Next to Billboard Kia 15th Street, Panama City. That boot store, where God is good all the time.
The only place to get sports betting coverage on the radio. Is this legal? Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios. It's the Inside Drive with Brian Mulvey on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hello, friends. Once again, joined at Augusta National Golf Club for the playing of the 2024 Masters. We are joining live back into coverage here on holes 4, 5, and 6. I'm joined by my co-host, Jay Henley. He's played Augusta National himself. And, Jay, what do you think about the start of some of these guys? Leaderboard starting to fill up at that -3. Your Eric Van Rooyen is -3 through 10. Danny Willett, former Masters champion, -3 through 8. Bryson DeChambeau, -3 through 6. Ryan Fox and Byeon Hung An, also -3. 3 5 guys already off to a hot start, -5 in this year's Masters tournament.
Well, they're about to make the turn. They're going to, hit Amen Corner. This is a very tough stretch of holes coming into Amen Corner. And you get down in that bowl and there's the wind. You don't know what that wind's going to be doing down in the bowl.
Absolutely. Tony Finau on number 4. He's -1 through 3. Just hit a fantastic shot to that right hole location. Landed about 15 feet past the pin. Rolled back about 6 feet. Looks like he's going to have a little 8-footer right to left down the hill to go to -2 through 4. Sergio Garcia up on number 5. Rolled his first putt up there. Not the greatest putt, but he's certainly looking very mastery today, Jay. What do you think about Sergio's outfit?
Man, he's looking yellow with the bottoms, green with the tops. I mean, shoot, man, he's ready to put that green jacket on Sunday.
Absolutely. He's got one before, and before that, he was known as the man, the best golfer to never win an amateur, and I think, is it Xander Schauffele that has kind of resumed that role now. Zach Johnson back on hole number 6. Long and left off the tee, and as you mentioned, long and left is no good at Augusta National. Looks like he went with the was that the putter or the chipper there?
The Texas wedge.
The Texas wedge, and not looking good for Zach Johnson, the Ryder Cup captain. Blew that one about 20 feet by, and it's still moving. That's going to end. He's lucky that one stopped, Jay. That could have ended up on the very front of the green and looking at a double bogey.
That is my favorite club of all time, the good old Texas wedge.
Yes, sir, Ralphie.
That's what Ralph lives and dies by, is the Texas wedge.
Yeah,
that's kind of one of the things. Christian Kirk cleans up his bogey again. He hit it in those left bunkers on number 5, and double bogey for Chris Kirk. Was off to a good even par start, but number 5 just goes again to show you cannot hit it in those fairway bunkers if you're going to make par better on that very difficult hole. Zach Johnson looks a little flustered. Could you say?
He does.
His collar is getting a little out of control. It'd be better if instead of the it doesn't have a self collar.
Yeah,
you don't see that too much anymore, and former Ryder Cup captain. Here we are, Sergio Garcia with a lengthy par putt on the difficult 5th hole to stay at -1. Takes the putter back, rolls the rock. It looks like it's moving a little right to left. Just fell to the low side of that hole. Good putt by Sergio. Just ran out of a little speed and lost its line, but he's even par through 5. Not a bad start. As Rory McIlroy said in his press conference yesterday, you cannot win the Masters on the first few holes, but you can certainly lose it. And one of the guys that he's a former Masters champion, so we'll always get to play in this particular event. And Zach Johnson's trying to make a bogey or a par here to stay at 1 over par. Jay, what do you think? What do you think this putt's got in it?
Man, it looks like it's got to move a little left. I mean, it is uphill a bit. We'll see what he does. The putter, he just took it back and he missed it right. He thought it was going to go left. Unfortunately, now he's got 4 more feet left, Ryan.
Little aggressive. And that just right there shows you the difficulty of these greens at Augusta National. An uphill putt to the hole, but past the hole, it was downhill.
Yeah.
And you just got to be very, very careful when it comes to some of these things. Is this the Jurassic Park theme music?
It is. I didn't turn it all the way down, and so the next video just started playing.
Hey, I know how to play this one on the piano. I love this song. Here we are back to number 4.
I'll turn it in.
I love it. I love it. That's the one that gives you chills, that's for sure. Who do we got here? Is this Phil Mickelson on number 4, Jay?
Yeah, I mean, Phil's looking like he's in a 34.
That might even be a 33.
Could be a 33 size.
It's all that coffee. He just drinks coffee. That's all he does anymore. He doesn't even eat anything. It's just straight coffee. 3-time Masters champion. He is even through 3. He's got a 2-putt, this lengthy uphill par putt on number 4 to remain at even par. Takes the putter back, hits it up. Looks like the speed's pretty good, but it's running out. He's going to leave himself about a 12-footer for par at Augusta National, and that's really the name of the game to put on the green jacket, is can you make those lengthy par putts, because you're going to make bogeys at Augusta. It's just part of it, and if avoiding the double bogeys is certainly what helps, but making those long par putts is important. The amateur Stubbs on number 6. He's got a nice birdie putt there. He just blasted that through the break and left himself with about 2.5 foot by. Missed an opportunity there on the very difficult 6th hole. Back to number 5, Jay. Who do we have here?
Harris English.
Harris English with a great tee shot. Nice swing there into the par 5. Looking at it. Is his distance good? Oh, Jay, what's that?
Yikes.
Long and left.
Yep.
That is absolute jail back there behind the number 5th green, especially with that hole location. He's only got about 8 feet to work with. Very uphill. Got to carry a bunker, and not so good there for the Georgia Bulldog.
These guys are amped up, man. We're seeing a lot of long lefts already today.
And that could be a win factor as well. It looks like several of these holes in that little stretch, 4, 5, and 6 turns around and goes back downwind. Not only are you trying to land it in these tiny spots, absolutely terrible putt there from Sepp Straka. You know, only had about 15 feet and left it a good 3.5, 4 feet short, and isn't going to have an easy par putt. But you can see the Magnolias behind the fourth green ripping in the wind there. Here's your boy, Ryder Cup captain Zach Johnson, looking very traditional with the white FootJoy Classics on, takes the putter back, rolls it in for his bogey.
He finally finished this. Oh, it felt like he was at number 6 for like 15 minutes.
That was a long time, that's for sure. And he has made back-to-back bogeys on 5 and 6, which is very easy to do as those two holes are very, very difficult. Here we are back to Tony Finau on the fourth green. Hit an excellent tee shot in there, Jay. Jay, when you played number 4, where was the hole location?
You know, I want to say it was left. That's the only thing I can remember of that. But, of course, I played it, and it was only about 180 yards. It wasn't what?
That's what they're playing it today. They're playing it at 177 today, so the tournament committee has tried not to make number 4 too hard, but you'll certainly see on Sunday that hole playing the full distance. Lucas Glover with a nice shot in on number 5, but it's not going to stay up. That elephant back is making that ball roll off to the front of the green. He's going to have about 40 feet for his birdie opportunity. A difficult 2-putt nonetheless. You can see that wind is really starting to pick up now, Jay.
Yes, it is. I really hope Lucas Glover pulls it out this week. His putter got hot last year in 23. We'll see what happens throughout the weekend.
Tony Finau for birdie does not. None of these guys are seeming to get this particular putt that slides hard from left to right. If you're just behind that hole location, not one person have we watched so far today get that ball to the hole.
They have not, and which is unlike Augusta.
Yeah,
very unlike.
Very unlike. Those greens are rolling fast, but a good start. -1 through 2.
Yep.
Here we are back to. I never was a big fan of the black shoes.
Yeah, not either. It seems like white is, in today's world, white's the way to go. But the black shoes, yeah, I'm not a big
Phil Mickelson wearing some different shoes. You don't see him wearing the sporty shoes too often. Oh, great stroke there by Phil to knock in his 15-foot par putt to remain even par through 4 holes. He's got a bogey on the first hole, birdie number 3. Back to number 6, yellow and green, Sergio Garcia. Looks like it's heading right at the pin, Jay. How are we looking?
Oh, this could be trouble. Is it going to fall? Is it going to come down the hill?
Stay up? Is the wind going to keep it up? You can see that flag ripping. Typically, that ball would roll all the way back down to the front of the green. Potentially could even come off the green. Sergio needs to run down the hill and go mark that thing before it starts rolling. Yeah. All right, back to Sepp Straka on the 4th hole, trying to make his par, rolls it back, and a nice solid par putt there. Would have liked to have a birdie on that one, but again, pars are so very important here early.
He's such a big lad.
He's a big fella.
He is.
I believe he is from, Sepp Straka is from one of the finger countries, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay,
over there
not sure where the fingers are.
The finger ones. You got Sweden, Finland, Switzerland, and Norway. I think he's from somewhere over there, if I'm not mistaken.
He's actually from Austria.
Austria. It was close. It was in Europe. They're all the same. Who we got here on number 6?
We've got UGA Bulldog Chris Kirk. He's 2 over.
Can he make a recovery after making that nasty double on the 5th hole? That back left hole location, a lot of people have been trying to get close to it.
Ryan.
It looks like it's good direction, but is the distance right? So hard to judge the distance with this wind.
This could come down the hill.
That is going to come all the way back down to the front of the green. I don't think the wind's going to hold that one up. Still moving, picking up steam. He's going to watch that thing roll all the way back down, and it's going to be a very, very difficult 2-putt for the UGA alum there, Christian Kirk.
We've talked about this. These things are quadranted out. You got to hit the right quadrant in these greens. If you don't, you get penalized like Chris.
Just like that. And now all of a sudden, you've got a extremely difficult 2-putt, and that's Augusta National in a nutshell there, Jay. Yeah. These landing areas are so small to give yourself an opportunity for making a birdie, and when you don't make that landing area, sometimes making par is certainly difficult. Now the lefty on number 5, he's got to avoid those bunkers on the left side of the fairway. I'm going to guess he's going to hit a nice cut on this one.
Yeah, it looks like
it. Oh, yeah, it takes a rip down that left side. The wind holding it out a little bit, but right down the middle there for Phil Mickelson on the 5th hole. A nice tee shot there, giving himself an opportunity coming in. Man, you can just see those magnolias and the pines whipping in the background.
You know, it's cloudy right now. I don't know why Phil has sunglasses on. I've never understood that.
Hey,
his future is bright.
Got to wear shades.
Coming from Ralph Jackson.
Yes, sir.
There we go. All right, now on the tee, I believe that's Sepp Straka.
Yep.
as we learned from Austria there. And I'm guessing he's going to hit a little draw here. The wind is blowing, it looks like, from left to right, kind of holding that ball out a little bit. Yes, a little draw.
Yep.
I think it would have turned a little more had the wind not pushed it, but a great tee shot there by Sepp Straka, giving himself a great opportunity there on the 5th hole. And we appreciate you tuning into this Masters coverage here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Coming up, we got a contest here in just a few minutes, but back to Byung Hun An there on, is that the 5th hole, Jay?
That is number 5. Did he hit it? Close.
Little pitch shot up there. Looks like he might have hit it in the bunker, had to pitch out. We did not get to see that live, but a great shot there. Leaves himself exactly where you want to be. He's about 6 feet below the hole. Looks like a little uphill putt, maybe a little right to left, but so important, these second shots here at Augusta National. And you can see your boy down there, his ball ended up on that bottom tier. And if you're watching the coverage live on TV, you really can't see how much higher that hole location is than where Christian Kirk's ball is. I would say, what, Jay, 3-4 feet probably up that hill. So you got to hit it hard enough to get it up, but not hard enough that it rolls past there. Harris English way right on the par 4 5th hole. He's got to get it up, this is long, way long. Very difficult shot. Executed to perfection, leaves himself about 4 feet there for his par. Good shot there. Took a little bit of a different, carried it a little further than the gentleman earlier that hit it in a bump and run, but he'll take it, gives himself an opportunity for par. And,
Ryan, just like 15 years ago, we didn't know what these holes looked like because, the coverage.
You did.
Well,
you played
most people.
But high definition television has come a long way and really gives you an opportunity to, if you're not there. But, just looking at this hole, you can see where the patrons are down there to the left of the green. They are way below where this green complex is, and just shows the undulations up there at Augusta National, or here at Augusta National Golf Club. What do you think? You think he keeps it inside that 3-foot bubble? Christian Kirk's got about 25-30 feet to get it close to this hole location, but like we said, it is very, very uphill.
They've been leaving them short all day here. Let's see. It looks like Chris is going to do the same thing.
Ooh, good putt there, but just not enough gas on it. And he's going to have to make about a 6-7 footer to stay 2 over through 6 holes. And how much do you think it weighs on the players if you get off to kind of a bad start here at Augusta National?
Yeah, you got to get off to a good start. The Amen corner is very tough, very difficult to manage. If you don't get off to a good start, there's Delta flights that go out of Augusta Friday evening.
Busch Field.
Go ahead and get your name on that.
As we talked to one of our guests earlier, Alan Sandage had a good beat on Joaquin Niemann, the LIV Tour player who's got some great value odds. He's -1 through 3 and just hit a very nice strategic shot there on number 4. Left himself about 20 feet. I think 4, you're really just trying to make par and get out of there. Same thing with 5. Sergio Garcia left it a little short on number 6, but was lucky, unlike the Georgia Bulldog there, too. The ball hung up a little bit. Doesn't have to go as far up the hill, but very important speed in this one. Quickly back to number 4 before we see Sergio Garcia's putt there.
Cousin
Russell, nice little cut there. Don't think it's going to be far enough right, left it short, but a good spot to be. If it'll stay up, probably going to roll about another 6 or 7 feet down to the front of that green. Back to number 5, Sergio Garcia with the putt, or 6 for the putt for birdie. Hits it up the hill. Great speed there by Sergio. The line wasn't so good, but an easy tap-in par 3, and I think I would take that after that tee shot. What about you, Jay?
If I'm running in the dark, I'm definitely wearing what he's wearing. That way people could see me.
That's fair.
Yeah.
What do you think about the all the LIV Tour guys rocking the LIV on their left sleeve there?
Well, and I've noticed in the interviews that they get their elbows out so that the LIV Golf is seen on the camera. I think that's part of their contract, Ryan.
Makes sense.
They have to.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Lucas Glover with a very, very difficult first putt here on number 5 for the front of the green to that back left hole location. Had to navigate several slopes, and I'd say he's done pretty well there, Jay. What do you think?
Who is this?
Lucas Glover.
Yeah, Lucas is hanging in there. Let's get to even par through 9. Let's get to the clubhouse even par and make a little charge tomorrow with Lucas Glover.
There you go.
Former Clemson University.
And frequently visited Bay Point Golf Club to work with the dew sweeper himself there, Tony Ruggiero.
Yes,
but a nice shot there on number 4 by Nick Taylor, hitting it to about 10 feet. Let's see if Nick Taylor can actually hit this ball hard enough and high enough. I think a lot of players have been very, very cautious on number 4, because if you hit that too far and you go through that slope, you could end up pretty far down. Byung Hun An trying to stay at 3 under par after hitting into that bunker, just didn't give it enough speed. left it a little short and right.
Is there a hole there, Ryan?
He's gonna. I don't. It doesn't look like it. There may be some Saran wrap over it,
right?
As he's now dropped a shot and fallen out of the lead through the 5th hole, but still 2 under through 5. And again, I think if you tell me that when I'm teeing off, I'm going to take it. Jay, we're going to take a quick break from our Masters coverage to dive right into the race to Talladega, as this is going to be our last show of this week. So if you texted in to Coach James Hale this morning and you got that keyword and you let us know, we've got your name. You're going to give us a call, 850-215-6290. Your qualifying time is how fast you call us. David Hayes is sitting on go ready for you. That name is Jeff Foster. Jeff, give us a call, 850-215-6290. Your qualifying time. This is the last week for the race to Talladega, and we had a good start to the week with the qualifying time, so it doesn't look like Jeff was sitting on go for that one, but that's okay, because I know our Monday contestant had a great time. And
Jeff is such a racing name. Jeff Gordon, Jeff Bodine, Jeff.
That's 2 Jeffs.
That's 2 Jeffs. Jeff Gordon. I mean, Jeff Gordon's.
There you go. There you go. That's all
Jeff
you need.
Jeffries.
Jeff Jeffries.
Rick Jackson. That's got a J in it.
That's right.
All right, let's get back to our Masters coverage here, Jay, for these last 4 minutes here in the segment. Quick leaderboard update while we take a little promo there for the drive, chip, and putt. Eric Van Rooyen still -3. Danny Willett -3. The amateur, Christian Lamprecht, like I said, it's my pick for the low amateur this week. He is -3 through 8. Bryson DeChambeau -3 through 7. And then Ryan Fox also -3 through 6. Byung-Hung An, as we just mentioned, dropped a shot on number 5, but still at 2 under par. Jake Knapp made the turn and has played number 10. He is -1 as well, Jay. So your boy Jake Knapp off to a good start in his first ever Masters, but he has 1 slip up. You're always 1 slip up from making a double bogey here at Augusta National. All right, back to the coverage on number 5. We've got Phil Mickelson looking good in those shades, wearing the 33 size trousers.
Yes, sir.
It looks like he's got the is that a hybrid or a fairway metal out there? He's hitting. That's how long number 5 is playing today. I imagine he's going to hit a little cut here, a little slider into that back left hole location. Takes the club back. He swings. He's like it. He twirls the club. He's looking at it. Let's see where it ends up on the green. Oh, great shot there by Phil Mickelson. It's going to roll out to that back side of the green, but got it all the way back to the hole, giving himself a decent, I would say that's a real good birdie opportunity on number 5. He's got about 20, 25 feet, but 2 putting. And that lefty putt, the lefty guys seem to like that left to right putt a little bit better.
Sure
Old cousin Russell for birdie on number 4. Hits it up that hill. Just couldn't quite get it there, but looks like he should have that par secured there. A lot of UGA players early in the field here.
Yeah.
Not knowing off the top of my head, but I'd imagine Georgia probably has some of the most alum playing in the Masters
tournament. I would think
this
so,
year.
yeah.
Back to number 5, Sepp Straka, -1, hits a shot up there, and he's just another victim of that elephant. Look at that ball move, Jay Henley.
Wow.
That is an elephant buried in that green if I've ever seen it, and he's now down in that front right quadrant. He's going to have to go up and over, left to right to try to get that thing close and stay at -1 for the tournament.
Through the clown's mouth it goes.
Through the clown's mouth it goes indeed, and we're heading back to number 6. Looks like Lucas Glover is going to be first off the tee on this par 3. Again, like you mentioned, the patrons like to line up underneath that tee box as you can't really see him. Oh, real quick before we get to Lucas, Tony Finau with a great tee shot there on number 5. He's staring the flag down. He's -1 through the tournament. You think he hits it close here, Jay?
Let's see. He's got it moving. He's staring it down. He's got his eyes on it. It's in the air, little short right, and the elephant gets him as well.
Absolutely. That's just you can see it right there, how undulated this green really is. If you get a chance to go to Augusta National, I always recommend walking the entire golf course so you can see everything. But number 5 is kind of forgotten about a little bit because in order to get close to number 5, you've got to walk across the 5th fairway, and there's nothing. It just ends. It's a dead end over there. But go check out that green. Not many complexes like that. Joaquin Niemann, a victim of the same putt that everybody else from that angle has on number 4. Left it short, didn't give it enough gas, but trying to make his par. All right, real quick, back to number 6. Lucas Glover on the tee, takes the club back.
Hooking it in there.
Trying to hit that little draw. Hopefully he's not long and left. Is he another victim, Jay?
He is long and left.
Ooh, into the patrons. He'll have a tough up and down from there, but I think that's just that wind on number 6. It's playing 177 yards, a little downhill. You think it's taken a few clubs off that shot there for him?
Absolutely, and they're pumped up up this morning. They are. I mean, they've ate their Wheaties. But yeah,
I didn't know people still eat the Wheaties.
Yeah,
but apparently they do. All right, Nick Taylor with a great tee shot on number 4. Can he hit it high enough and hard enough? No. Every person we've been covering so far here on your Masters coverage has left it short there on number 4. All right, when we get back, we'll be joined by Cliff Dykes from up there in Augusta, Georgia. He's a radio host. He's been doing it for a long time. We're going to talk to him a little bit more. He's not a golfer, doesn't really follow golf, but I just want to ask him some questions about the experience up there in Augusta, what it means to the community, what are some of his favorite things to do outside of Augusta National. You're listening to The Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Mornings on ESPN Northwest Florida just got unsportsmanlike.
On a first date, I heard about somebody bringing flowers to someone else. Is that the move on first dates in 2024?
No.
On a first date, probably not.
When do you bring the flowers? Second date? Third date?
No, it's got to be after the third date. It's after the third date, then all of a sudden there's something there.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle. Weekdays 5 to 7 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Thursday's weather. The remainder of the day, there will be a very strong breeze out of the west, some clouds, and 72. Clear skies tonight, a bit colder at 60. Tomorrow, sunny and a gentle breeze right around 10 miles per hour with a high of 73. About the same at 76 Saturday, and we'll have sunshine. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumberyard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
Are you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose? We can typically replace them while you wait. Hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? In many cases, we can have it back to you the next day. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport, just south of Tractor Supply. The best place in town to take a leak.
You hear it first. Sports talk right now. Back to the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey.
I know it seems a bit overwhelming at first.
Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios.
Something makes me think you'll get used to it.
On ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back to the coverage here at Augusta National, the 2024 Masters. We weren't able to get our guests on the line, but that's okay because we are going to switch from holes 4, 5, and 6, and we're going to head over to Amen Corner, Jay Henley. What do we got looking here? Who do we got on the tee box?
We've got Jake Knapp. It's his first time.
He's taken a lot of time here at number 12. Number 12 is kind of in the corner of the golf course. They call it Amen Corner for a reason, and that wind, it will swirl around in that corner. And I think him and his caddy, first time here at Augusta National, trying to figure out how to navigate this not so long but very difficult par 3. Jake Knapp rocking the penguin on his shirt, looking good. I think he's finally ready to address the ball with the PXG iron he has in his hand. Not sure what club it is, but looking good there. And he's even par through 11 holes, which is a great start in your first Masters. Playing 55 yards, wind swirling. Takes the club back, and he's pulled the trigger. Ooh, a little knockdown swing there, trying to take the wind out of it. Twirled the club, anxiously watching the ball fly in the air. Ooh, what a great shot by Jake Knapp, leaving it about 10, 12 feet below the hole. A standing ovation there from the crowd, the patrons, right there behind number 12 green. So your first time playing in a tournament on number 12, how much relief is he feeling right now after hitting a fantastic shot? Some might be saying he's saying amen after he hit that shot.
You got that right.
And here we are over to number 11. It's been lengthened over the years. Very, very difficult golf hole. Ideal tee shot down the right side to give you your best opportunity into that green. Got to imagine, we haven't seen coverage yet, but got to imagine that pin's on the right side of the green. Taylor Moore with a nice tee shot, looking like he is going up that right side of the fairway. Great position there. That is ideal for your second shot here on number 11. Great job there by Taylor Moore.
I mean, it looks like you're looking down a tee glass down 11 fairway. You've got tons of trees left, tons of trees right. I mean, it's
Augusta
crazy.
National has some of the most demanding narrow tee shots in major championship golf. There's no doubt about that. Who do we got on the tee here, Jay?
He's wearing a blue shirt, looks like maybe black slacks. I mean, from a distance, it looks like Maria Olazabal, but
yeah, I think you're actually 100% right
No
there, Jay.
way.
Calling the old Jose Maria Olazabal,
Wow.
former Masters champ. Doesn't play a whole lot of golf, a little bit on the Champions Tour. Imagine he's going to hit a cut here lined up on the right side of the tee box.
Jose Maria, I lost my ball.
As he did, a little cut there right down the middle of the fairway, just giving up a lot of distance to these young guys. 274-yard carry, 152 ball speed. Ball actually looks like it's rolling backwards a little bit there, but good tee shot by Jose Maria Olazabal. And that's one of the cool things here about Augusta National is if you win the Masters, you can come back and play as many times as you want. Update on the leaderboard, Danny Willett, Bryson DeChambeau, Eric Van Rooyen, Ryan Fox, and I think we just have 4 now, Jay, at the top of the leaderboard with a good start on -3. Actually, hold on, let me update our leaderboard here real quick. The amateur Kristen Lamprecht also in that one as well.
I've got a good feeling 3 under may be leading this tournament as his wins continue on in the afternoon. Ryan, what do you think?
I think a 3 under par round of golf is would be pretty spectacular. But you got these guys like Van Rooyen and Willett that are already on the back 9 at 3 under par and looking pretty good. Who do we got here in the very festive pink and purple, or might be blue? Some palm trees there on the golf on the shirt there. Is he gone long and left?
He has. He's gone long and left. We talked about it yesterday. Number 12 is the size of your living room. That's what you're trying to hit it into.
The rattan green over Rays Creek. And you can see that wind gusting through Rays Creek and making things a little bit difficult. But it looks like neither one of these gentlemen had hit it in the water. So taking some serious time on number 12, getting ready to line up this putt there.
Yeah.
And just a cool shirt he's got on there, Jay. I could see you rocking something like that.
I could, yeah, perhaps. But, I mean, do you think with this wind swirling, how much of a pace of play, is Augusta, is the tournament committee going to really look at this moving into the afternoon with the pace of play? Because, I mean, these guys take this detail so...
Well, and that's a great point. When you have this kind of wind, it just adds a whole nother element to Augusta National. A very difficult golf course already with landing areas being so small, but the wind certainly adds a factor into that. Interesting shaft here on the putter. Looks like a little combination of a graphite and steel shaft here.
Looks like an old John Daly. John Daly used to hit that shaft.
Reminds me of remember the old Seymour putter?
Yeah.
I think those are still around.
Yeah.
All right, from just off the green back left, that is Allen's boy, Eric Van Rooyen. He is -3, trying to get up and down to stay at -3, going to number 13. Takes the putter back up through the ryegrass, down onto the green. Great speed there. Just unbelievable touch by Eric Van Rooyen. Nestles it up there to about 6-7 inches, and he'll mark his ball and tap it in for his par here in just a moment. But, great start for this gentleman. He's got through he's not through Amen Corner, but he's through the 2 more difficult holes of Amen Corner, going to the par 5 13th, which is a serious birdie opportunity. Taps in his par and remains -3 through 12. Eric Van Rooyen off to a fantastic start. Little 33 there on the front 9 and his par 10, 11, and 12. Got to give you some confidence, right?
Well, he looked relief as he come off 12 green, and I think that is, once you go to 13T, you feel relieved. For whatever reason that may be.
Yeah, I think because of the difficulty of 11 and 12 and 10. I mean, 10's no picnic either. That's one of the more difficult holes on the golf course. But let's bring it to Jake Knapp, who had a fantastic tee shot here on number 12. He's got himself about 11, 12 feet going uphill. Breaking a little bit towards Rays Creek, Jay?
Yes, sir.
So, and for him would be a little bit of a left to right putt. Doesn't look like it's got a whole lot in it, but he's lining up his putt as we speak. Got the Spider mallet putter there. Might be a PXG mallet putter. And he takes one more look, and one more look again, takes the putter back, and gets the ball rolling. Several looks here for Jake Knapp. Pull the trigger, buddy.
He doesn't have a full mullet. He's got a half mullet going on. What do you think, Ryan?
Oh, man. It's kind of a half mullet, but great putting stroke there. Ball barely moved and just didn't catch those tight lips of the Augusta National Cups. And makes a par, though, on number 12 after bogeying 10 and 11. Had a great front 9 with a 34, but then bogeyed 10 and 11, but made a nice par there on 12 to stay at even even par coming off the 12th hole. All right, back to your boy wearing the Lacoste shirt as he has been since the get-go, and that's Jose Maria Olazabal. Has won a Masters. Looks like he's taken out the fairway medal, as 11 is a very long hole. He's got 2 wins at Augusta National, one in 1994 and 1999. He's made 19 cuts and finished in the top 15, 13 out of his 35 appearances. Not a bad record there at Augusta.
That is not a bad record at all. You can see the gray hair kind of building in underneath that hat.
Absolutely. You can see
wisdom.
how far above his feet that this ball is, which is going to cause that ball to move from right to left for a right-handed golfer. So really got to hold that face off on this swing. Got a long way in, got the fairway medal in the hand, takes the club back, swings through. Little abbreviated follow-through. He's looking at it, likes the shot. I'm going to guess a little bit right there. Yep, he's going to be on that right back corner of the green. Not a bad spot. Ooh, just gets a little bit of roll there. Kind of in a similar spot where Larry Mize was when he famously chipped in against Greg Norman. But you got to be careful with this whole location on Thursdays. If you have the distance but miss it just left, you're going to end up in the drink there, which can be a little bit dangerous. All right, rocking the Gary Player all black there, looking good, hit a shot, same spot, and that's just, you're going to see a lot of that today as you're watching the coverage here at Augusta National. A lot of people bailing out to that right side. Don't want to challenge that water. There's no need to early on in this golf tournament. But
one of the few tournaments you think, Ryan, where conservative wins most of the time?
For the most part, absolutely. I mean, as you get closer to the back nine on Sunday, you might have to mix up your strategy just given on what's going on out there. But certainly in these first 2 rounds, you're not going to win the tournament, but you can certainly lose it. Yeah. No doubt about that. Here we are back on hole number 11. Who do we got here, Jay Henley?
He's wearing a blue shirt.
Like Taylor Moore. Even par through 10 holes. Got his. He was the longest out of the 3, and he's looking at it. You keep seeing these guys look up at the wind. It is swirling there at Augusta National, and he's got the cameraman right behind him, getting ready to get a good shot of this. Still looking at the wind. He is doesn't look very decisive with his club choice here.
He doesn't. His eyes are moving east, west, north, south. It's crazy.
He's looking a little sloppy too.
That
collar is unbuttoned more than 2 buttons, it looks like, and he's still talking to his caddy, trying to figure out where to hit this one. You know, do you think taking this much time is good or detrimental to some of these guys? He's trying to figure out what the wind's doing.
Very detrimental. You know, the thing is, everything's perfect at this golf course. The grass is green. Everything's perfect. You can't. This is a game of imperfection. You just got to swing the club.
Just got to pull the trigger.
You got to pull the trigger.
Decisive. Well, it looks like he's finally getting ready to address the ball. Still hasn't stepped in yet. Here he goes. He has addressed the ball from behind. He's looking at it. Got the white shoes, khaki slacks, blue shirt. Taylor Moore trying to stay at even par, maybe sneak in a birdie here on the very difficult 11th hole. Takes the club back, swings through. Looks like it's cutting pretty significantly, coming right at the camera. That's got to be right. That's got to be right at the green. Oh, right there on the front, or on the middle right side. He's the only one that's hit the green out of his group, but he's going to have about 30, 35 feet down the hill to hopefully make that 2-putt par and continue on even par.
Very smart shot, Taylor. Very smart.
You got to take what the golf course gives you, especially on Amen Corner.
Yes,
make that birdie on 13, but get through 11 and 12. Nice even par there. We'll take a quick leaderboard break as we're watching some highlights there of the Asia Pacific Amateur there, but you still got Eric Van Rooyen and Lampret the Amateur, Bryson DeChambeau, Ryan Fox, Byung-Hun Ong, after making a bogey on number 5, got it back with a nice birdie on number 6 to get back to 3 under par. 5 gentlemen share the lead currently at 3 under par, with Eric Van Rooyen being the furthest out on the golf course, playing the 13th hole, and all the way down to Byung-Hun Ong and Ryan Fox, who have played through 6. But 2 amateurs right now in the top 6 early on in the first round here of Augusta National Golf Club.
I don't know if you're able to watch the par 3 challenge yesterday, but it was cool to watch all the families and the players and stuff. But these guys are so competitive. How hard was it for them to go out yesterday and just play a non-competitive round of golf yesterday?
I think it's actually a good thing for them. You can kind of relax a little bit, have fun with your families, and don't pick Ricky Fowler to win the tournament this year. He won that par 3 contest. Not that I think a lot of people were high on him to win anyway, but no one has ever won the par 3 contest and won the Masters. And you see a lot of people that let their caddies or their kids, and that immediately gets you a no score. So, I think if I was a competitor playing at Augusta National, I'd probably do the same thing. Just let my kids or my wife or my caddy or whoever it may be hit a few shots and have some fun. And there were some really good putts. Bubba Watson's daughter drained 2 bombs on the par 3 course there. So look out for her in the junior golf future. There's no doubt about that. Azaleas in bloom. Still got some dew on them from the rain this morning up there or here at Augusta, Georgia, and looking pretty good. That just goes to show. Look at that undulation there, Jay. That back right bunker. These guys are down in that hill. You know, you're hitting this shot. The Georgia pines are tall. What's right behind that flag?
That would be Rays Creek.
That would be Rays Creek, and
yes,
a body
sir.
of water that you do not want to end up in. That's the thing. You are 1 or 2 feet from your landing area. That could cost you with the ball rolling into the water and just adding up on those scores there. But some good starts. And this is Jose Maria. He's played in 35 Masters, and he's still got to see where to land this ball in the greens. I mean, there's subtle changes to this golf course every year as they have the opportunity to, blow up greens and rebuild them and all that good stuff. But it always plays slightly different every year, but it's looking good. Big crowd over there on Amen Corner early on this Thursday as the wind is blowing, but temperatures are mild up there in Augusta, or here at Augusta, and Jose is looking to chip this one. Do you think he gets it within 5 feet?
Yeah, that's all you're trying to do at this point. You're trying to get this close, make that putt, go to number 12. And
what club do you think he has here? Tight lie. He's got to put some spin on it, right?
Yeah, he's got a lot of loft, so he's going high.
So he's going to take it to the green. He's not going to land this short. He's going to take it to the green, maybe a little check up, watch that ball roll down the hill, see if he can get it inside 5 feet. He is a seasoned vet when it comes to the game of golf, and that's going to see what happens here. He's got looking good in his Lacoste shirt. He's addressed the ball, getting ready to chip, weight forward, looking good, little forward press.
60-degree wedge is what he's got.
It takes one more look at it, takes the club back, nice pinch there against the turf, lands it on the green, and it is rolling down towards the hole, and fantastic. Slow down, go in. Whew. That just, look how fast that green is, Jay. I mean, that thing just landed short, nice little spin, and it still rolled out 12 feet past the hole. I think he's a little surprised on how much that ball rolled out there at number 11 at Augusta National.
Man, you can't hide talent. Jose Maria just really almost made that one.
Yeah, he's got some hands here. All right, back to the start of Amen Corner on 11. That's Austin Eckroat. He's +1 through 10. Not bad for his first Masters there. Ooh, pulls it a little bit left there on number 11. I think he's going to catch a bit of the fairway, but just making that angle to that hole location a little more difficult. I think you're probably going to see a bailout right for the second shot. What do you think?
I would think so. I mean, if he's a smart man, that's what he would do. 1 over par. He's still in this thing moving into the back 9.
There you go. Hey, it's early on. Just get a number. If you can get somewhere around even, I think that's a good shot. All right, got the amateur here on number 11, De La Fuente from the country of Mexico. Ooh, a little different strategy there. A little bump and run into the hill, and it's settling down. Ooh, settle. That's an amateur mistake there. It's may end up in the water. Lucky to get caught up there at the end of the green, but it's got about 15, 20 feet for his par there. And that's the difference there between the vet at Augusta National and the rookie at Augusta National. Just knowing what to do around these greens, that's for sure. All right, back to the
Fuego.
Danny Willett. What's that?
Is that hot? Fuego? Hot?
Fuego, yes.
Yeah. A little hot chip.
It is. Hot chip. Danny Willett, 2 under
fire. Fuego's fire. Caliente's hot.
There you go.
Yep. Joanna. Muy caliente?
Muy caliente.
Or muy mal?
Muy caliente.
See. Yeah. Ooh, Danny Willett, former Masters champ, 2 under par, hit a big old slice there on 11. Got lucky and hit some trees and bounced out into the rough, but it looks like he's got a long way in there on number 11, which is going to be certainly a challenge with that whole location. We'll see how aggressive he is coming in here. But back to 11 green, and we got a very big downhill putt here, sliding a little bit left to right. Speed is crucial on this putt. Takes the putter back, gets it rolling. He likes where it's going. Creeping ever so gently to the hole. Is it going to get there, Jay?
Oh, it's going to take a minute because these are fast.
All right, not a bad putt. He's got himself about 3.5, 4 feet for his par. You'd like to be a little closer, a little less stress on that tap in, but he's marking it and he's going to pick it up and let the other guys putt first. But not bad down the hit. You got to be careful with that putt because as you saw from the chips, it can certainly get away with you very, very quickly. That's for sure.
Hardwood floors. If you want to know what these are like, putt in your kitchen.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Unless you have carpet in your kitchen, but that would be weird.
That would be weird.
All right, here we are back to your boy Jake Knapp. Where did he hit it on 13?
He's in La La
This is his second
Land.
shot. Looks like he's over there to the left of the hole, and he's got some pine tree trouble here. I got to imagine he's just trying to punch it underneath and give himself a good opportunity for that third shot to try to make a birdie.
Yeah, he pulled it left because Rays Creek kind of continues on down 13 fairway on the left there.
Oh yeah, takes the club back. Looks like he's hitting a big old low draw, trying to get himself into position. Didn't turn over quite as much as he liked it. Up into the patrons there to the right side of. Actually, that's not a bad spot to be though. You're going to have a clear shot to the green, a little longer than he'd like, but that's it. He was smart, you just got to recover. You can't bite off more than you can chew when you're trying to make some of these recovery shots up here at Augusta National Golf Club. All right, back to the amateur. De La Fuente. He's got about 15 feet up the hill for his par on number 11 to stay at -2. Takes the putter back, rolls it up the hill, and I can't see because Moore's caddy is in the way, but doesn't look like he's picking it up out of the hole. So looks like he's going to drop a shot back to -1. But again, you're -1 through 11 at Augusta National as amateur. I think you'd take that with this wind going on. That is for sure. And he made an eagle on number 8. So Santiago De La Fuente off to a good start here at Augusta National Golf Club. When we get back, we'll have to dive into some of our picks here, Jay, as we'll switch from our broadcaster roles back to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We'll be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Dan Patrick Show. I wasn't joking when I reached out to DraftKings and I said, hey, let's come up with a betting line. This Connecticut team versus the Detroit Pistons. I'm going to let you guys decide what you think that point spread would be. The Pistons would be listed as a 45-point favorite.
It's the Dan Patrick Show. Weekday mornings from 9 till 11. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hi, I'm Tracy, your diamond girl at Tracy's Fine Jewelry. Shopping for the perfect diamond can be difficult, but that's why I've trained my staff to be helpful and to offer you a stress-free diamond experience. Pick your sparkle and use our easy layaway plan. Every woman deserves an exquisite diamond from your diamond girl at Tracy's Fine Jewelry. We don't work on commissions.
We work for smiles and I-dos.
So if you're tired of high-pressure salespeople, stop by and see us today at Tracy's Fine Jewelry.
Ready to save big on the #1 selling car brand in the world?
We've extended our best deals of the year throughout the month of April. Get 2.99% APR plus 90 days until you make your first payment on a new Camry. Get 2.99% on the sporty Corolla. Ready for 2.99% on a new RAV4? And get 2.99% on the Tough Tundra.
Wherever life leads, there's a Toyota for you. Right here at Panama City Toyota.
Offer expires April 30th. For details, visit PanamaCityToyota.com.
Spring has sprung. Vacations are next. At that boot store, you can dress the whole family from the youngest to the oldest with high-quality clothing at fantastic prices and look great wherever you travel. No time for vacations? Not to worry. That boot store offers high-quality Carhartt work clothes at affordable prices, too. Shop that boot store, celebrating 60 years in business. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 9 till 5, and Friday and Saturday, 9 until 5:30. Next to Bill Bird Kia, 15th Street, Panama City. That boot store where God is good all the time.
Do you suffer from political talk radio fatigue? Then tune into the most fun and exciting new radio show on the Gulf Coast. It's The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey. From the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios on ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. You're listening to The Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. I hope you enjoyed our little Masters play-by-play and color commentary as much as we did. We were just talking in the break. I could have had doing that all show. If you didn't like it, you know what? I don't care. It was fun. We enjoyed it. It's the Inside Drive here.
Go pound sand on the beach.
There,
I'm just kidding.
Pound sand? Rocks or salt?
I don't know.
All the above?
Throw rocks.
Throw rocks?
Throw rocks.
Kick rocks.
Kick rocks.
Kick rocks. And you end up with a broken toe. That is for sure. But again, we will not be live tomorrow here on the Inside Drive, as I want to just give a quick appreciation shout out to Chris Fall, Chris Moats, Joey Capo, Pat Bunker, Jay Ray from the crew of St. Andrews, and all the others that have put on this awesome golf tournament that's just going to be a lot of fun tomorrow, and I know you and David are playing together and going to have a blast in the 8 a.m. shotgun. So we will not be live, so I hope y'all enjoy the rest of the Masters, and good luck to all of our Masters fantasy competitors. We'll announce the winner of the Blast at Bay Point on Monday as we go through our Masters recap and see who wins this thing. But exciting stuff going on. Obviously, it's very, very, very early in the golf tournament, and not a ton of people out there yet on the golf course, and a lot of big names still to come in the afternoon wave that was delayed 2.5 hours today. But some good scores early on. You've got the leaders at 3 under par, and that's Eric Van Rooyen. Bryson DeChambeau, after starting birdie, has cooled down a little bit, but hasn't given anything back to the golf course, and still 3 under par. Ryan Fox is also 3 under par through 7, and then Byung-Hung An, who made a bogey on the 5th hole, got back to 3 under par, and Danny Willett has now dropped a shot on number 10, still at 2 under par. And then the best amateur out on the golf course right now at 2 under par is Christo Lamprecht. I believe he plays at Georgia Tech.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
Huge fella, right? Hits the ball an absolute mile.
Yeah, he's 6'8".
Yeah, big boy.
That's crazy.
And then Jay's boy De La Fuente is he dropped that shot on number 11, but still an under par round there for the golf tournament. So a lot of people still to get underway. Will Zalatoris is out on the golf course. He's -2 through 3. Justin Thomas is now on the golf course. He's -1 through 3 as well. And Jake Knapp is he's dropped another shot on 12. I think we talked about that during our live coverage. But a lot of people still to get underway. John Rahm is out on the golf course. He is even through 2. Phil's still hanging in at even par through 6. So again, a lot more golf to go. But it's the Masters. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It is.
Some they say, if you're a golf fan. And I think, too, even if you're not a golf fan, there's just something about the Masters that draws you in.
Yeah, it is. I don't know what it's the green grass. It's the unofficial.
You just keep talking about the green grass.
Well, it's
what golf courses do we play on that don't have green grass?
It's beautiful green grass. It's carpet. It looks fake.
Yeah, and it's also very, very expensive to get that type of overseeding and fertilization and sub-air system sucking out all the moisture, controlling the temperature of the root system. They can really do whatever they want there at Augusta National. All right, real quick, Jay and David, we've got to finish our picks. Obviously, we did 3 of them yesterday. We have 5 points available for whoever finishes highest out of all 3 of us in the Masters Fantasy Challenge. We also had Tiger to make or miss the cut. That's not going to make a difference in the pool because we all said no in that one. Final score closest to David went with 6. I had 13. Jay had big 18 under par. And we've got our steady NASCAR pick, which is Jay has Chase Elliott, David has Denny Hamlin, I have Joey Logano, and we're going to do 2 hockey games, 1 baseball game, and 2 basketball games.
All right.
We'll knock this out real quick, and then we'll finish with some Augusta National updates for everybody, especially on the fantasy side. Again, it's early on, but still fun to talk about. All right, Jay, you're going to start us off first. You got the Vancouver Canucks at the Edmonton Oilers. It's a big game for the Western Conference playoff seeding.
Spin that wheel for me, Ryan. Let's go with the Oilers.
Ooh, yeah. Connor Bedard and the Edmonton Oilers. Yeah. David Hayes, who you rocking with? Both
Connor McDavid.
Connor McDavid. Connor Bedard is on the Chicago Blackhawks.
Oh,
too many Connors. Too many Connors.
How about Vancouver, though? I don't know if they were expected to have this type of season that they've had, but with it being at Edmonton,
two Canadian teams.
That's tough. I'm going to go with the Canucks.
The Vancouver Canucks. I'm going to go with the Canucks as well. I've always liked the Vancouver Canucks. Vancouver's just a beautiful city, that's for sure.
Yeah. They got killer whales on their logos.
It's true. And Jay did learn this year that killer whales are, in fact, dangerous.
Yeah.
And the name does fit, especially if you're a harbor seal or a black seal. You better look out.
Or a yacht.
Or a yacht. Yeah. Is that what you said, yacht?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Free Willy was such a nice killer whale.
Yeah. Yeah, I could say some other things, too, that you probably believe, but we'll just skip over that.
There's nice human beings out there, but there's also bad ones, you know?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's all about the fruit.
That's it.
It is.
That is it. All right, next we got the Colorado Avalanche at the Las Vegas Golden Knights. David gets to lead us off in this one.
Ooh, I'll go with McKinnon and the Avs.
Ooh. Oh, it's my turn next. All right, I'm going to go with the defending Stanley Cup champions, the Las Vegas Golden Knights.
I will echo that as well. I'll go Golden Knights.
Golden Knights.
There you go.
Fly their Get tight.
Yeah.
All right, one baseball game. Just wanted to throw one in there just for fun. We got the Yankees at the Guardians. I believe that's a Sunday game, if I'm not mistaken. All right, Jay, it's me. Back to me on the top of the order. I'm going to go with the Guardians on this one. They've been fighting back in a few games, and I like them against the Yanks this weekend. Jay, what do you got?
Yeah, I'll go with the Guardians as well.
All right, I'll take another win up there. I'll take the Yankees.
The Yankees. All right, hopefully we prove that wrong.
Can't pick the Yankees. Just can't do it.
Winners, baby.
All right. If you listen to Doc A this past Tuesday, you got some huge matchups in that Western Conference. Top 3-4 seeds are all within a couple games, and this one is huge. You got the Dallas Mavericks traveling to play the Oklahoma City Thunder. It is on me, and I'm going to take Chet and the Thunder in that one. Jay, who do you got?
Dang, Ryan, I guess I'm just going to echo everything.
Oh, wait, no. It was actually supposed to be your pick first.
Oh, was
Apparently, I can't count to 3, but y'all know who I'm picking.
Yeah, I'll go with the Thunder.
Lightning and the Thunder.
Yeah.
I mean, this is going to be a really good game.
Yeah.
And it's in Oklahoma City.
Correct.
I'll go with Dallas. Yeah. Either team, obviously, always either team could win the game, but
typically, unless you're the New Jersey Devils,
there you go.
You're going to lose.
But yeah, I'll go with Luka now.
All right. I like it. All right, next you got the. I went away from it because I was trying to pull up some odds. The Milwaukee Bucks versus the Orlando Magic.
Ooh,
Magic is hot, trying to get in that potential number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. David,
I believe they just played last night too
and lost by 18.
Yeah, there was no Giannis. Giannis is out for the regular season.
Whoopsie pie.
Yeah.
Man. This is tough because it's actually a little bit more of a crucial game for Orlando, but they've cooled off in the last 2 weeks. I'm going to go with Orlando, though. Why not?
Ooh, I was going to go with the Magic, but I'm going to pivot to the Bucks because, again, I'm getting closer. I get a little bit closer, and then it just gets pulled away from me, and I think that's
further away.
Exactly. I think that's going to happen again. So I'm going to go with the Bucks in this one. Jay, what do you got?
Yeah, Bucks looked too hot last night. Let's go Bucks.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so you just picked first. Now David gets to go first. All right, it's our NASCAR wild pick. Where are they this week, Jay?
Oh, boy. Where are we in Texas?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I just can't wait to see what Ralph Jackson picks in this NASCAR pick.
Well, we were in where Martinsville at the Paperclip last week, so we're over here in Texas. A little bit bigger of a track over here, even if it ain't actually bigger. Everything's bigger in Texas. Best believe that. Let's see. I went with Ryan Blaney last week.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna mosey on over there to them Hendrick Motorsports. Boy, them guys can drive. I don't know if it's the money that they put in the vehiculars or what it is. I'm going to go with Kyle Larson for this week at Texas.
The odds-on favorite to win.
I like it.
All right, well, I'm going to go with William Byron then. I got to pick him before Jay does.
Oh, boy.
It's your turn.
It is my turn. Let's go. Not a fan of him. Let's go Denny Hamlin this week. I gotta make up some points here.
That'll work for both of us then.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Dang.
We allow that, right? You're allowed to pick.
Yeah,
it's a different competition. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Our picks are locked in for week 31 of our spreadsheet's getting deep. I've been hiding a lot of cells, that's for sure. All right, Jay, let's get back to some Masters action here. Eric Van Rooyen has now got it to 4 under par. He's birdied the 13th, the par 5. Off to a great start in his first Masters. Are you surprised at some of these scores early on, given how windy it is?
Yeah. I mean, 4 under through 13. Are you kidding me?
Not a blemish yet on the card.
No. And
got a very difficult hole in 14 coming up, and then obviously 15, a par 5 that's very birdieable, and then 16, 17, and 18. If you can play those even par and post a nice opening round, he'll be very relaxed come this afternoon.
He will. You know, I know a lot of these afternoon guys like Tiger and a few of the guys only going to be able to get 11 or 12 holes in late this evening. Yep. You know, that's going to allow for 25, 26, 27 holes tomorrow. I mean, I don't know how those guys are going to react, but they're going to have better conditions tomorrow.
No, it's going to be windy. If not
it's
windier.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
This cold front was not playing around.
No. And typically that happens when you have a cold front come through. Usually on the backside, you get a lot of wind with the pressure systems and the convection and all that.
Yeah.
Do you think that's Tiger Woods making the cut, right? He's got a late afternoon tee time, and they always do that because they want the coverage of him. They can watch him slap it around the golf course. But do you think having to play more than 18 holes tomorrow is going to make it even more difficult to make the cut?
Yes, definitely. I mean, he's we've talked about it, up, down, up, down. You're all the time walking up and down these hills at Augusta, and that's going to be tough for him to do that all day tomorrow. This is a pivotal point to me in Tiger's career. I honestly feel like if he bails out on this one, we may have a very big topic to talk about next week, and Tiger potentially just calling it a career. That's just my thought on it.
Wow. Could be time.
Yeah, I mean, it really
There's
could.
people that are on both sides of the fence in that conversation, too. There's a lot of people that want to see him keep going because obviously he's done the most for and even in his, I'll even say it, even in this day and age when he is playing in a golf tournament, it just drives ratings. It pushes engagement. It's more to talk about. But at some point, you want to see him playing good golf again.
Right.
And he wants to play good golf, and they always say he wouldn't be out there if he didn't think he could win.
Right.
How much longer can that really last? And if he pulls out of this particular tournament before the cut happens, I think you might be right. Now, Willie, I don't know. That cut streak, how much does that mean to him? He owns so many records at Augusta National already, so what does a cut streak really matter when it comes to that kind of stuff? But, we'll see. I just hope that if that does happen, that doesn't take away from whatever storyline may be for the guys near the top of the leaderboard.
No, I agree. I mean, it's... There'll be some good headlines, I think, next week. We got Vern, retiring. I don't know who's going to, take his spot in the booth at
Maybe
16.
you.
No, far from it. But, some other things, Rory, his big, he's still looking for that green jacket. Does he do it Sunday? What do you think, Ryan?
No.
That's
your one-word answer, no.
There you go. No.
What a great interview.
Hey, that's who I am. I'm the interviewer, not the interviewee.
Well,
no, I don't know what it is. I just think there's something about Augusta and Rory that he can say whatever he wants. He's working with Butch. He's talked to people, but deep down inside, the pressure of not winning the green jacket and being so dominant 10 years ago and not winning is greater as time goes on. The longer time goes on, the more pressure you feel to win that green jacket. And that's why I was surprised to see a guy like Sergio Garcia, who never ever won a major, get that green jacket later on in his career. You just don't see that happen as often for the green jacket guys. Right. David, what do you think? Rory got a shot?
I think he's got a shot. It's in the dark. Time marches on. Maybe he could.
For whom the bell tolls.
Exactly. I mean, the Undertaker might just show up in the ring out of nowhere. Choke slam you.
Yeah.
Who knows how to play out, though? I don't have a lot of faith in him. I mean, you could even see him, have a great, makes the cut, has a great Saturday, and I still wouldn't have very much. I would trust Scotty Scheffler being down 6 strokes on Sunday than Rory being up 2 strokes on Sunday.
Absolutely. Quick leaderboard change, Shea Henley. Ryan Fox just made an eagle on number 8 to go to -5 through 8. He birdied 1, 2, and 3, made 4 consecutive pars, and then just eagled number 8 to get to -5. Now, again, that can all change so quickly, but off to a good start. I mean, you've got several guys under par already and looking pretty good, including several amateurs there at the top of the leaderboard as well. So a lot of stuff still to get to today. The afternoon wave won't be till way later on this afternoon. The good thing is we're in Central Time, so we're an hour ahead of there. But the coverage will be, again, if you want to watch as much Masters, and we appreciate you hanging with us all week. I know, not everybody's a golf fan out there, but being the Masters, I just wanted to spend a lot of time on it this week and appreciate all of our guests and all the opportunities to talk about Augusta National and the Masters, and I really hope y'all enjoy the tournament this weekend. And if you're playing in our Fantasy Challenge, good luck. Can't wait to talk about this tournament on Monday. Enjoy it, watch it, have some fun. Tune into the Afternoon Underdogs at 4 p.m. this afternoon. And, of course, want to give a big thank you for everybody involved in tomorrow's tournament. You guys have been listening to The Inside Drive, some live Masters coverage as well. It's been a lot of fun. Y'all have a great Friday and Saturday and Sunday, and we will see you on Monday.